Hello and welcome to the build-up of West Ham United against Aston Villa. Kick-off now in 5 minutes away. Line-ups were out 10 minutes ago. Can't really use my thing, changing protocol at the Premier League, so line-ups are already out. We'll get to them in just a second. But Gonzo, how is oneself?
I'm all right. I feel that they didn't consider our videos when they made this decision, when this decision was ratified to release these ridiculous team sheets, which are clearly 15 minutes too early. They've basically ruined a very exciting feature on Hammer's Chat, and I'll be
used to enjoy it. You used to like the unknowing and waiting for the reveal of the lineup. We might have to start going live earlier in build-up shows, but the first couple of games we'll stick to an hour and 5 minutes before kick-off. But post-transfer window, we might switch up and start going an hour and 20 minutes before kickoff. That's a long build-up show, but if we want the surprise element, that's what we're going to have to do. Nice one, Premier League. Anyway, the team is out. It's on the screen there. In goal for West Ham is Alphonso Areola at the back four, Vladimir Coufal right back, Konstantinos Mavropanos partnering Max Kilman in centre back with Emerson left back. In midfield, we've got Rodriguez and Thomas Souček. No, we'll leave that one. Jared Bourne on the right, Lucas Paqueta in the number 10, Mohamed Kudus on the left, and Mikel Antonio as a striker. What do you make of the team, Gonzo?
I think that it's an excellent team. I'm really pleased with the team. There's a cautious element to it, which is it shows how much he values just even a little bit of playing time in pre-season, and I think that's probably what you're seeing now. Now, bearing in mind, I've not seen the bench. Maybe there's no Todibo on the bench at all, quite possibly.
There's a couple of surprises on the bench, to be fair.
Oh, there. Okay, well, there you go. Well, there's a little bit. There's my element of surprise for today, certainly. It's because I certainly would have expected him to start. But it's obviously Lopetegui thinking, mate, I need you to get used to the system. You need to get some, well, not even much minutes under your belt. I think some time on the training pitch, learning the system. I think you'll probably find the same is true for the reason that Antonio is up there instead of Füllkrug. It's absolutely for the players to keep the shirt, and I guess for the newbies to try and force their way into the team. I don't know if that's the same. You have to assume it's the same thinking with right back anyway. At least I felt he got progressively better. Coufal in pre-season, and I thought he had his best game against Celta Vigo. So I guess an easy decision for Lopetegui to make, but a bit weird and a bit interesting to be looking at a team that's picked by a new head coach.
This weekend across the Premier League, it's not just West Ham, it's across the Premier League. Lineups are a little bit strange because there's new signings, there's people come back late from Copa America, from the Euros. And it's just a difficult thing for managers to navigate. Do you put people in straight from the off that have had limited pre-season, perhaps no pre-season? Do you put your new signings straight in? Ipswich played earlier, Smodix was on the bench. So it's a difficult period for managers over the next couple of weeks. Next week, you'll only have to contend with new signings, perhaps. But this one, I think it's a bit of a strange one. I'm not too surprised. There was one surprise in particular for me, and that was Mavropanos starting over Todibo. I think he could have maybe started Todibo because it's a bit like it's his pre-season team. There's one, I'm trying to find a comment. I was going to click on it, but I've lost it already. This is his pre-season. Here we go. Michael, I thought Souček, I did think Souček would start today. And somebody said, if I think Souček's going to start, I'm deluded and know nothing about football. I asked him if that means Lopetegui knows nothing about football. He didn't reply. So according to that poster, I'm assuming Lopetegui's deluded and knows nothing about football. He obviously knows less than I do, and I know little about football. But anyway, I think this is predictable from Lopetegui. Like I said, but the surprise of Mavropanos because pre-season, I think he's looked shaky. I think Souček was fine against Celta Vigo. I think Coufal was fine against Celta Vigo. The attack was good against Celta Vigo. I can understand why he's sticking with those. It's just Mavropanos, I'm not sure, was fine against. I thought he was poor against Celta Vigo. Todibo's been here a week now. How long do you need before you can sort of play? Obviously, more than that, according to Lopetegui. So I think there's an air of disappointment with this 11. I think a lot of people are looking to a fresh start, fresh 11. We've actually only got 2 new signings in there, Max Kilman and Rodriguez. But the bench has got quite a few new signings on there. You're happy with it, though?
Oh, look, there's somebody in the team whose name is Killman, and any time you can, that's a pretty aggressive person to have in your back line. So that in itself, I'm really pleased about. I am. It's not just how few of the new signings are in that starting lineup. That's absolutely fine. It's really the intent of which he will use the players that are on the bench as and when he needs them. The intent, we discussed it on Patreon this morning, on our Patreon breakfast show. It's the intent at which, if things aren't going our way, he's able to switch it up and utilize that bench. I've got no problem with players being on the bench at all. I have a problem with not using players that are on the bench. So if it's not going your way, switch it up, use them, swap some players in, swap some players out, do something. He gave us a smack bum. I think it was the second of the two games last season. Emery, we were cruising it in the first half to a certain extent. He got in half time, fiddled around a bit, pardon the expression, and then sent his players out after he'd had his wicked way, and they were just all over us, and we didn't have any sort of answer to that. So I'm looking for something. Should be interesting. Hopefully we're not in a position where we have to change it. Hopefully that first team is doing well, but the bench are there to be used. If some of them aren't starting, that's fine. I'm very confident that we're going to see a few of those new faces off the substitutes bench today.
Yeah, I agree. The subs is important for me, and I don't think you're going to see Lopetegui's 11 until the middle of September, possibly after the first international break, where between now and then he's probably sussing it out. He's only had a couple of weeks with Jared Bowen and Lucas Paqueta, a handful of days with Wan-Bissaka. I'm not surprised. I'm not saying I'm delighted with the 11. It's not necessarily 11 I would have picked, but I can understand where Lopetegui is coming from in this regard. Right, we're going to take some comments and we're going to discuss the Aston Villa one and have a look at West Ham's bench. Percy was expecting this lineup apart from Mavropanos. Lopetegui's been very practical and it's a question of match sharpness. Dean said, not surprised he's only starting two new players. It was expected, but I think we'll slowly see that team change dramatically within a few games. Agree with that. Chris is very disappointed. Didn't expect that, and he thinks it's pathetic. Adrian said Lopetegui spurned some credit with him today. Disappointed with the intent of that selection. Aaron said, I think Lopetegui probably feels a need to give the old boys a chance to keep their spot before the new lads make their mark. Well, that's just it. I guess that's one argument there from Aaron, which is if he was to come in and bench everybody, Soufal, Souček, they're immediately going to be demotivated. We criticise David Moyes for demotivating players and isolating players. If you come in and just make wholesale changes immediately, that will be the result with some of them. He probably couldn't win really today, Lopetegui, I think, regardless of the team he put out. I'm not sure. In terms of intent, I don't buy into that at all. I think Moyes could play Paqueta number 8, Somerville left wing, move Kudus over, and it would still be defensive.
Yeah.
So attacking players do not equal attacking intent. It just equals attacking players.
Yeah, was the left wing has been for the last 3 years a defensive role in the West Ham team. No doubt about it.
I'm not sure. Intent, you can only judge by what you see. We only know the intent after 90 minutes. For sure, 6 months in, we'll be able to judge Lopetegui's intent based on his lineup, like we did with David Moyes, but I'm not sure you can with this one. Kevin said everybody needs to calm down. Some of the new lads have been here less than a week. Happy enough and expect to see multiple subs. Irish Tommy says disappointing lineup, while Mick says first game of the season, let's have it. Iron says, is this Moyes' last game? I didn't mean to click on that one. In fairness, the chat moved. He said that team is awful. Spud says Souček will be good in the air, which I think will work. And Scott said maybe Lopetegui can get players like Souček playing a bit faster in terms of passing, etc. And lastly, Infinitely says personnel might be similar, but mentality should be different to last season. Depend further up the field and press from the front. Right, the bench for the Hammers this afternoon is as follows. Lucas Fabianski's on there alongside Aaron Wan-Bissaka. Jean-Claire Todibo's on there with Aaron Creswell. There's no Nathan Gerd. James Ward-Prowse as well as Irving. Then we've got the new signings of Somerville and Fulkrug with Danny Ings. No space for Luis Guilherme. So a couple of big names.
Yes, now you mention it. Absolutely. Yeah. There you go. There you go.
A balanced bench,
You say balanced bench. I'm hoping we see a balanced team. Actually, we were too right-sided heavy in attack. There were times when it sort of did function on the left, usually when Paquetá played out there and Emerson, but it was largely, by and large, a lot of the games last season we didn't particularly function. It was basically we either created something down the right or not at all on a lot of occasions. So I think the team itself may be more balanced. So it would reflect that the bench would be as well. It's a bit weird not having 3 goalkeepers on there, it must be said. But this is good. This is good. It's funny. I think probably you're right. The Ings instead of Guilherme is an interesting one.
That's the one that I would maybe have changed. I don't see a need for Ings. We've got Fulkrug on there. I would have had Guilherme on there if he's assuming he's fit. Maxwell Cornet also misses out. Freddie Potts misses out. So there's some quite big names, and obviously Wes Foderingham too. So there's some quite notable
I don't know why I turned into a pirate then. It's what can you say? Poor old Wes. That's absolutely everyone's right. It's disgusting.
The Aston Villa 11 today is as follows. We've got Martinez in goal with Matty Cash right back, with Constant Torres in the middle and Luca Dean left back. Yuri Tielemans partners Onana midfield, with Rodgers likely to start on the left, Bailey on the right, with John McGinn sort of in the central number 10 role, with Ollie Watkins comes in. Despite not playing a minute pre-season, he gets a nod. And if you're a patron, I did my prediction preview and I said, I'm feeling a bit arrogant. I reckon I'm going to get at least 10 right. Full house. I win. So, while Lopetegui's unpredictable, Emery was predictable ahead of this one. The bench for Aston Villa is Gauchi, who's their substitute goalkeeper, as well as Diego Carlos. Ian Matson's on there, summer signing from Chelsea, as well as Ned. And then you've got Ross Barkley is on there with Emi Buendia. Jadon Philogene Bedance is on there, as well as Jacob Ramsey. And John Duran is on the bench for Aston Villa this afternoon. What do you make of the Villa team, Gonzo?
Very good, very, very good. Bench is good as well. I mean, they're excellent. I really do. I rate them highly. They're going to be a tough nut to crack. I wonder if on Aston Villa Villains chat, if they're saying it's disgusting because Martinson's not playing. I wonder if they, you buy these players. I know Anana's in there. I wonder if they are, sort of disappointed they're not seeing a few more of their Philogenes on the bench as well. I see. So Rod Barkley, as you mentioned as well, he's not made it into the team.
The thing with Matson is, weirdly, despite being at Chelsea for years, he's not like Premier League proven. He's Championship proven and Bundesliga proven, but he's not yet done it in the Premier League. So I think Lucadines looked all right in pre-season apparently as well. So I can understand why he's got the nod.
Good team.
It's a strong Aston Villa team. Like you said, one new signing in there, nothing stopping them from being familiar with what Emery wants. It'll be easy. This game will be easier for Emery than Lopetegui in terms of preparation and getting ready for it. Even though they've not had Ollie Watkins around, he knows exactly what Emery knows exactly what he's going to get from Watkins. Watkins knows exactly what Emery needs from him. It's just a match sharpness thing. It's not a tactical thing or anything like that. It's purely, are you match sharp, ready to go? Well, he's going to get at least an hour probably against us. And then they've got Duran to come on. I can see the headline already and I don't like it. The motivation's up there. Go show that guy up there with a scarf on. Go show him why you should have paid 40 million for you. It's the biggest motivation in the world for Duran. And if he still wants to move to West Ham, then this is how you go get it, isn't it? You show what you can do on the pitch.
I do want Stighton to rock up with a scarf in August, though. That would be good.
It would be impressive and a bit concerning, but it would be quite good. Right then, this video is sponsored by Match Bingo. They're continuing to sponsor us for the start of the season, at least. A massive thank you to them. It's combining bingo with this football match in particular. The link to download the app is in the description below. However, it is a gambling app, so please do gamble responsibly, 18 plus only, and UK residents only as well. However, if you download the app today and deposit £10, you will receive £20 additional credit. Plus, this game is buy 3, get 2 free. So it costs you £6, but you get 5 cards. You need 15 things to happen in the game. There's some simple things like West Ham to take a kick-off, Aston Villa to have a shot on target, so on and so forth. Pays out first line, second line, full house, plus a bonus pot for everybody else that gets full house. They just weren't first. We've had numerous winners on Hammers Chat, 50, 60, 70 winners, winning multiple times, with some people winning 3-figure sums of money. So if you fancy adding a little bit of interest to your game, then download the Match Bingo app. Also, a little favour while you're here, please just subscribe to Hammers Chat. Drop a like on the video as well. Gonzo, it's back. Not my phone. I've had my phone for the whole time.
I know, you phoned me earlier.
My phone has been present the whole time. However, it's time for our bet giveaway. If you're new to Hammers Chat, what we do before every competitive game, put a little bet on, and if it wins, we give one of you the winners. A few winners last season. What are you fancying for today's bet, Gonzo?
Oh, I don't know. I don't know whether to start juicy or not. I'm feeling good about the kill man today, I've got to say. By
the way, someone on our fancy leagues team name is Killman Me Softly. Killman Me Softly. I love it. I love it. Big fan of that one. Big fan.
That's a good one. That's a good one. I think let's go. But let's try and weave a story in there, which is maybe Antonio scoring, which keeps Fulkrug on the bench for the next game.
Okay, so you want Antonio to score a goal?
I think he might.
All right, bold but sure. Gonna have to have Jared Bowen to have a shot on target.
Yes,
feels like a dead cert, doesn't it? Right, let's whack a bit of that in.
Vladimir Soufal to score his first ever goal. Oh, you're not going to do that. I know you're not. If you weren't here, I'll be doing that.
Oh, I know you would. You're mad. You are. Anything else you fancy anyone to get booked? Any players who commit fouls?
I do. Lots actually. lots of fouls. Rodriguez to concede a foul. Yeah, definitely at least.
One Paqueta to concede a couple. Do you reckon?
Yeah, definitely.
That'll do. Because if that bet wins, it's 150 quid. Right. If this bet wins, someone will win 150 pounds cash. Simple as that. There's there's 4 things that we need to happen. Mikel Antonio to score a goal, Jared Bowen to have a shot on target, Rodriguez commit a foul, and Lucas Paqueta to commit 2 fouls. If that bet wins, one of you will win 150 pounds cash tonight. To enter, you must be subscribed to the channel first of all, and the second thing you must do is in the live chat, please put the following phrase:
"Mama just killed man."
Go do that again, just for anyone that didn't hear it.
Mama just killed man.
We rock up feeling in a bit of a sing-song mood tonight.
I got a Freddie Mercury tash. There you go. It was quick. Collingwood was good.
Quick off the mark.
Very quick. Excellent. Yeah, that's it. The phrase that pays.
Phrase that pays. Get into the live chat. You're entered into the bet giveaway. Should that bet to come in? Gonzo, you've seen both teams. How are you feeling about the game?
More nervous than I was earlier, truth be known. Not that there's any massive surprise in the Villa team, which you expertly predicted, but I think just seeing it on the ticker tape below the screen, in case anyone asks what the teams are, I don't know. They're a formidable foe, Gio. They really are. They're and I'm a bit nervous about what we're going to see from West Ham. I don't think it's going to be quick. I don't think the transition is going to be easy. I'm not expecting us to be at the top of the league after the first 10 games or anything like that. I think there is a little bit of a culture shift to be had, as I mentioned in the Patreon breakfast this morning. I don't think we're going to get all out attacking football. However, I do some of the things that were mentioned earlier. I do think we're going to get the higher press. I do think we'll get more balance. But I think there's a lot that comes with it. But I don't think, look, we didn't go out and we didn't get what was the geezer's name now? Ruben Amorim. We didn't go out and get Amorim. We tried to get him. We didn't get him. We do have a sort of in between, if you want. Not quite David Moyes, not quite Amorim. We've got the in betweener here, and he's alluded to the fact that what he wants to do is have different tactics for different occasions, different opposition. That's going to take a long time to drill. There's no doubt about it. So they do, by and large, have a team here who are really, really well drilled. It's not just one season, of course, under Unai Emery. He took over halfway through a season when Steven Gerrard was there, wasn't it? So he's been there a while now. So they're well drilled, well accustomed to his ways, and they're really well set. It's a really established system he's got. Lopetegui was alluding to it in his pre-match press conference talking about Lopetegui's systems. I know exactly what to expect from him. I remember Pep Guardiola saying it about Emery, saying, you know, I can basically see his teams at a mile. I think he meant it as a compliment. I could, you know, basically, if you completely change the personnel, completely change the kit, I'll be able to tell you that was a Unai Emery team. And I think that's what we're going to get. And they're going to be a tough nut to crack. There's no doubt about it.
I'm not nervous at all. I'm not nervous. I'm looking forward to it. I'm intrigued as to how we're going to play and how the old guard get on under Lopetegui for today's game. But today's game for me isn't going to. I'm going to contradict myself in a second, but it's not going to determine our season. I think I feel really patient, and I feel like it's going to take a little while to get up and running. And I've got a feeling that come the first international break, which is in September, there might be an element of our season starts after the international break. I've got a feeling there might be a twinge of that about it, just in terms of getting the new signings bedded in and just changing the way we play and stuff like that. I think the pressure's on Aston Villa a little bit here, which is, you know, they qualified for Champions League last season. Their aspirations have to be to go on and do the same again. And if they want to do that, they've got to pick up points plural against teams like West Ham. They got 4 points against us last season. They're going to have to repeat that this time round. However, we do want to get European football. And here's the contradictory part. This is teams against the likes of Aston Villa and Newcastle and Man United. We're going to have to pick up some points here. This is where we're going to have to get our bonus points to bring them down a peg or two and get a little bit of an advantage on those teams and stuff like that. So it's a good barometer. I'm looking forward to this game. I think it'll give us a good idea of where we are at in terms of pre-season and being prepared for the new season and stuff like that. I'm really looking forward to seeing Rodriguez in midfield there. I'm really looking forward to seeing Paqueta, Bowen and Kudus. I think they'll be up for this one. I'm expecting some good football. There's two things I'm looking forward to seeing us exploit. You know, Aston Villa don't mind sitting on the halfway line with their numbers and pressing high up the pitch. In the middle of the pitch, they tend to sit back in a low block. They don't mind us having the ball. But if we are going to play out from the back in terms of goal kicks, then don't be afraid to go long. But also, I'd like to see us target Torres. I think ball playing, I think he's one of the best centre-backs in the league at that. But in terms of aerial duels, and I think he's a real weakness for Aston Villa, actually. So whether it's Antonio and then Fulkrug, I want to see them up against, get away from Konsa. I think Konsa's a fantastic player. Stay away from him and just bully and target Torres as much as you can, because you get a bit of joy, I think. I think Antonio will win his battles against him. Then I think Fulkrug will be able to come on. Because that's almost a guaranteed sub today. That even if Antonio's 10 out of 10, we know he can't do 90. Antonio knows he can't do 90 minutes. So that's almost a guaranteed sub. So get Fulkrug on and just start battering Torres. And I think over the course of 90 minutes, they will win more than their fair share. Right, we're going to get turned to the live chat now. So please get your thoughts in about the game, please, about West Ham, about the Villa. It could be about the team lineups. If you're happy, if you're not happy, your fears, what you're looking forward to, get into the live chat. And so I want to say thank you to GP for a £2 super chat. It says, I miss Charlie. He gave me the horn.
Not the only one. Give me the plenty, I'll tell you that. The horn of plenty.
Gonzo, I don't want to alarm you, by the way, but I think someone's nicked your pinball machine. There's a vacant spot behind you.
It's the wrong section.
I'm looking for. No, there used to be one on the other side of you.
Yes. Sorry, yes, that one is. It's all right. It's in the lounge, ready to go to Pimfest. But as you know, there's been a slight diversion.
Iggy says every manager eases the new players in while they don't want to disrespect the old guard of the first game of every season. Everton are currently 3-0 down to Brighton, and March says they're still plants. Clam says last quarter of the game it will be madness. Villa won't be able to adjust. Carl reckons we're going to get beat 4-1 after seeing the lineups. David says looking forward to this with the new signings and stopping inevitable goals against us. And then this. Pardon me. Subscribers without any videos. Good name. We're videos without any subscribers here.
Right. You got it the wrong way around.
Yeah, it's not quite working here. Same playing Suchek and Antonio over Fulkrug and Ward-Prowse. We're doomed. We're doomed. What a joke. Tom's hoping for a good performance. Gel is hyped. Finally, the season is starting. Daniel would like to see Kudus and Paqueta switching positions.
Hopefully they will during the game. I'm
will.
sure they will. He can't leave Kudus out there. We need to get him into a position where he can shoot. I'm sure that they will be a little bit of a switcheroo at times during the game.
Ross says at the pub, pissed up lineups make sense. Who has most minutes in their legs under Lopetegui's pre-season? Moyes sign them and start them. Good signs that we have a system. 5 reckons we're going to get a little bit slapped. Peter says defence looks too weak like last season and we will do well to get a point. I think that's the second part's fair. I think we will do well to get a point. This is a good...
Yeah, and to be fair, the defence is only... He's bought the defence, but he's just not playing them all day yet. I think, yes, it's hard to look at the defence and look at last season. I think we'll do fantastically well. Yeah, I mean, but as we've alluded to, we just don't think we're going to see the best of Lopetegui's West Ham just for a little while yet.
David said absolutely gutted with that starting lineup. I really thought that was the last of Souček. No Fulkrug, Wan-Bissaka, Somerville. I think it's going to be a long afternoon. Robert says we need to bring in a midfielder. Souček or Ward-Prowse are crap. Easy to go through for the opposition. However, Surreal is looking forward to this and is optimistic. Charles says maybe this is Lopetegui's cunning way to force Sullivan to sign Matt Hummels. Mark says exceptional either Wan-Bissaka or Todibo will likely be a big error. Sat, the Pocket Punk says, I'm happy with the lineup, but expect earlier subs with new signings if things are not going too well. Rocky says more subs be used by Lopetegui more often than what Moyes used to. Weston says, I know we have 2 players at every position right now, so I am confident. Cameron's not concerned with the lineup, says you don't take a cake out of the oven in 5 minutes on the clock. Also, if you're into Patreon, do give it a bash. Well, thank you very much for that plug, Cameron. We weren't really going to plug it too much, so thank you. You've done their job. Logan says, I don't have any expectations for this game. I'm curious to see what it will look like and hope to see beast mode with the Fulk. I agree with that one, by the way. I think I'm just looking forward to seeing what we come up with. It's like, I say, Judgment Day. It's give me an idea day for Lopetegui. Brandon said, I can't help but be really concerned by this lineup, but surely J-Lo would make changes at half-time if not working. Unlike Moyes. I think that's a lot of people's biggest hope, and I think it's a realistic hope as well, which is just earlier changes. It was last season, it was a bit not working. Bang, we get punished. And it's like the 60th minute we get punished, and it wasn't working.
It's a frustrating thing, to watch a game yourself and know what's wrong, and to see it not being fixed when is a frustrating thing. I just want to turn it around a little bit, if I may, because obviously there's a lot of concern and about the team and whatnot. Our front line is formidable. It is formidable, and it's going to cause Villa problems. There's no doubt about that in my mind. It really is. So yeah, the defense isn't finished yet. We know that because we basically he's bought the building materials. And he hasn't built the wall yet, basically. But we know he's bought the materials. We know he's going to build the wall. It's just not finished yet, right? That front three, the 3 behind Antonio, is incredible. I watched Liverpool earlier against Ipswich, and look, they finished the game nicely. Diaz had his moments. Salah scored. Jota scored. I was still looking at it thinking, you know what? Bowen, Kudus, Paqueta, we're all right. I watched Man United last night. I thought our 3 were better than theirs. Fernandes had his moments during the game. Obviously, while we've been doing this, Brighton have been whooping Everton, so I can't talk about that particularly. But I watched the first half of Newcastle. Obviously, they were down to 10 men, but I wasn't looking at that thinking, fantastic. We have got. There's a lot of teams with good players, but make no mistake about it. Our 3 attacking midfielders, if you want to call them that, are significantly fantastic, and I'm really looking forward to it. So I just, as poor as you might think the defense is, and it may well be, and stats last season would bear it out. That's a tough gig for a defense when you're conceding 70% possession sometimes to the other team. And not really having a go. There's been times under David Moyes when we've gone a whole half without having an attack or having a shot. Do you know what I mean? I don't feel that's going to happen now. I don't feel there's the same defensive responsibility on someone like Jarrod Bowen in this system that there was before. He's not going to be stuck next to Soufal all the time. I think we're going to have some bright moments in this game. I really do, and I think we're going to probably be able to cause them problems. I just wanted to maybe just give my optimistic view on things really.
Thank you to Gary for the £2 super chat. Says really excited for new season, feeling we will win, and also for Ross who says Folkmania will soon be running wild.
It's like the Hulk Hogan thing.
Yeah,
rips his t-shirt and stuff. I think.
Hulk Hogan,
Hulkamaniacs. Yeah,
Hulk Hogan. That doesn't really work, does it?
But Folkamania works.
Yeah, I like that.
I like it.
Jack said maybe this lineup is to show not too much in the way of surprises for Villa, and then the subs can come on and show a harder threat. Still worry about Souček and Ward-Prowse. I think the thing is, though, it's the good thing today, which is not something you could say last season, was we've got Somerville and Fulkrug on there, so things aren't going our way. We do have some really good attacking options to bring on. Whereas last season, if it wasn't working, it was a bit like, well, do we take off Fornals and put Ben Rama on? Okay, what's the next game? Oh, we're going to take Ben Rama off and put Fornals on this. Whoa, that's mixing it up, isn't it? That was the only sub we had. Occasionally, Ings would come on for Michael Antonio once he was practically dead. He'd have been knackered for 10 minutes and then got substituted. And watching West Ham last season, knowing that we needed creativity, we needed a goal, you knew it wasn't coming, and you knew when somebody did come on, it wasn't going to do anything. Whereas this season, first game in, it's completely different. It's not working. That's all right. We've got Fulkrug, we've got Somerville, get them on. He's not everyone's cup of tea, but Ward-Prowse is a completely different central midfielder altogether to Thomas Souček. If we're struggling to retain possession, brilliant. We can bring on Ward-Prowse for Thomas Souček. Soufal's getting done at right back. It's all right. We'll just bring on Aaron Brasaka. Mavpans is struggling. Fine. On comes to Debo. We've got quality on that bench. We've got quality in every position. Every player's covered for, with a player of substantial experience and ability on that bench. Our bench, if you look at that bench now, and I know I'm waiting to pick out possibly the worst team in the Premier League or one of, but you look at that bench now and say, who would get into the Ipswich team? I would suggest all 7. Oh, sorry, all 9. Maybe you can make a case that Irving wouldn't or Ings wouldn't, but 7 of the 9 get into that team. So that's how good our bench is now. It's littered with players that would get into other teams in the Premier League. I'm optimistic. I'm looking forward to today's game, and I'm excited to see what we can do. I don't trust our defence. I think we're going to concede. I think we'll score today, but I'm pretty confident we will also concede. Mavropanos gives me the heebie-jeebies at the back there. But apart from that, we should be okay. That's our first choice left-hand side of defence going forward. So.
Yeah, I don't think it's a million miles away from his best team, by the way. I do think the centre back, the right back, and possibly one midfielder. And I think you're pretty close. And maybe you might argue Fulkrug, but at the moment he's going to have to oust Antonio, and I suspect that's going to be easier said than done. I think we've got to have a very, very motivated Michael Antonio. I really do suspect that.
Ross says, first game of the season, give Lopetegui time. In Lopetegui, we trust. Nick says it might be a Moyes type lineup, but it's not him running it. He's still feeling confident. George says, Ward-Prowse a good option with Fulkrug for the deliveries. That's good. A double sub there to some extent, isn't it? Simon says, we've just brought a whole new team virtually. So why are you still playing Souček, Antonio, Ward-Prowse? Well, Ward-Prowse isn't playing, in fairness, but... Yeah. Tom said likes the progression in Irving and what he's doing at West Ham, despite the rumours that he's going to be the one that's off ski. Brian says no Maxwell Cornet on the bench, or he assumes that's him gone. I think that's more applicable to a Gerd. I think he's potentially got more clubs after him than what Maxwell Cornet does at the minute. Elbow reckons a Gerd's going to be sold as well, and Hammer says no Gerd, but Mavpanos starting. So does that mean that Mavpanos is?
That's what I was thinking. Yeah, I was wondering if that was the case. Yeah.
David saying I need to stop it. Ings won't get into any team. He'd be lucky to get into a championship team. Irving thinks he's a bottom 3 player or championship.
What did you say about Ings? Did you say it was?
I said Ings would get into some Premier League teams like Ipswich. But I also did say, but not Ings. But he's missed that bit out. He's just ignored the fact that I said maybe not Ings. Daniel says Lopetegui's sucking up to the old guard, in his opinion. Logan said he's looking forward to the checkmates being replaced in the starting lineup to get West Ham and they can show the boys what it's about. Sean, thank you very much for £10 super chat. Very kind of you. If you've added a sticker or something, we can't see it because of the software we use. Apologies. But did your parcel arrive today, Sean? Just go tangent for 1 second. Did your parcel arrive? Because I know what it is. Gonzo can maybe work out what the parcel is.
Was it long and banana shaped?
It definitely was not long or banana shaped. It was fabric.
Oh, underwear. And the old Underhalsen, eh? Kinky. Got to get yourself ready for the first match of the season. Why not, Sean? Why not, indeed?
It did arrive. His match-worn Jared Bowen shirt arrived today.
Shirt.
That shirt I've been showing off the last month. Sean run it. So Sean's just today got a parcel arrive which contains a match-worn Jared Bowen shirt.
You don't want match-worn pants, do you? Let's be honest.
Yeah, maybe he is a bit disappointed that he didn't get any panties, but they were not in this month's giveaway.
No. Next month's probably.
I don't know. It depends. We might get a bit, things might get desperate. Paul says, how good was that seeing Earthy supplying assist? I've seen a lot of people disputing, saying it wasn't credited to him. However, he was involved in the build-up. But regardless, he started on the bench for Bristol City and came on. So it's good to see him getting an opportunity against Millwall today as well. Infinitely says, keep balance of centre-back. You need 2 centre-backs, left to right-footed. Creswell could cover left centre-back. But if we sell one, we need a similar-footed preference for squad balance. I'm inclined to agree. However, Kilman has loads of experience playing on the right side of centre-back, even though he's left-footed. So there is that little bit of wiggle room there in terms of Kilman being adaptable. A bit like Kurt Zouma was. Yeah. Zouma could play on the left side, even though he was right-footed. I don't know enough about Todibo to say whether he can cover both parts. And Mavropanos, we've not really seen any evidence to suggest he could start on the left. So I get what Infinitely is saying, but I think Kilman's adaptable, I think. Eddie said he thinks Lopetegui's counting on Souček's ability to attack in the final third, and he's decent doing that. Yeah.
I wonder how much he will get forward actually in this. I wouldn't be surprised if he stays quite tight to Rodriguez in this game. And it is more about somebody said him and I think it was Ward-Prowse are easy to bypass in midfield. I do think that Souček is harder to bypass than Ward-Prowse. I think he certainly can really help out the central defenders as well. So maybe that's part of his thinking. But you know what? I'm quite certain that when Alvarez comes back, he won't be playing. And I certainly wouldn't advocate buying a player for 3 games. Do you know what I mean? Because then you've got an unhappy player on your book. So I'm confident Todibo is going to get in, confident Wan-Bissaka is going to get in, confident Alvarez is going to get in. So I'm not agitated by the lineup. That's for sure.
Villa are not good at defending set pieces unless they've changed something drastically over the summer. But we've just spoke about how there's a positive to Aston Villa having 10 of the same starting 11 as last season. There is also some minor and very few negative, which is, well, these are the players that couldn't defend set pieces last season either. So I think they were the 3rd worst team. Well, I know they were the 3rd worst team for conceding set pieces last season. I think they conceded 14 or 16. Can't quite remember that statistic, but they were equal with Burnley. That's how poor they were at set pieces. So there's an opportunity there for West Ham to exploit that, and Souček certainly increases the likelihood of scoring from a corner. Obviously, Ward-Prowse decreases it, but you can't have both. Well, you could, but I don't want to see both on the starting 11. Weston said Soufal played great against Aston Villa a few months ago. Souček wasn't that bad that day either. Let's go for the same. You've got better memory than I do, Weston, truth be told. Sometimes I think I remember we got smashed 4-1 at Villa Park, but I couldn't tell you who scored. My memory's not as good these days. It's fading. Ryan's asking why we're not discussing Alvarez. Well, it's because he's injured, really.
We just did.
Well, Gonzo did. Gonzo mentioned him briefly, but there's no point discussing him. Well, it'd be a bit like why we're not discussing Maxwell Cornet not playing.
He'll be back when he's fit. He'll be back in the team. 100%.
I think he's back in training to some extent. He's not. He's injured, but he's no longer injured. rehabilitation.
He's on the grass, Gio. He's on the grass.
He's on the grass. He's that bit that we say to bridge the gap of his rehabilitation. He's on the grass. John says, I'm looking forward to this season. For us, it does look interesting than last season. Alex reckons John Duran's coming on to score the winner.
I know. Don't we all know that? We all know that. That's the West Ham in us. Yeah, that would be typical.
Adrian says those training tops are ugly.
Did you see the Arsenal ones?
No, but have you seen ours are 80 quid if you want to buy it, and it's white with like a blue. Do you remember those icicles called Zaps? They're like green and blue, squiggly, like It's got a bit of that effect going on.
Yeah, well, I have seen them, but the Arsenal one's even more hideous. You look, they were warming up in it. Horrendous, absolutely horrendous.
Is that all you've got to say on it? I thought you were going to give us a bit of a description or something.
Well, it's blobby. It's different coloured. It's blobby. It's nasty. It's just it's nasty. I don't know why you would do it. I don't know why the person in the office that came up and said, "Here's the design." Where I don't even know who does their kit. So somebody just the supervisor or whatever. Just no, you can't.
Everyone else turns around and goes, "Oh, that's good. That is. Yeah, that'll sound really well, won't it?" Everyone will love a bit of that, but
they won't. It'll do terrible. I'm telling you, it's not like the Arsenal fans will still buy all their club, but they'll buy the home kit, they'll buy the away kit, they'll buy the scarf, they'll buy the reusable mug, they'll do all the stuff. But I'm not buying that. It's awful. It's awful. Anyway, I don't care. What do I care? But I'm certainly
right. It's time for the "You Heard It Here First" shout. One thing people like to do is say, Jared Bowen scored a goal. You heard it here first. Not really. I've seen lots of people say it first. But give us your shouts that are "You Heard It Here First." Charlie says, I don't get who you'd even drop Souček for until Alvarez is fit. Every option would make us significantly worse defensively. Cam says, not seeing the statistics, but felt watching friendlies, Souček made far more passes than under Moyes. I completely agree. Yep, he's earned his place in the squad. Funny enough, Erdy goes on to say that Souček can't dribble and pass for his life, but he is decent in the final third in the air. Alvarez is injured. Souček is a decent replacement. Joe's asking about protests. There isn't any today. It's first home game of the season. It's one of them. Just go enjoy the game and don't detract from giving the players support, I suppose. So that's there's no protest today, but it doesn't mean people are now accepting the price increase, the concessions being removed. However, the club have backtracked a tiny little bit by putting some concessions in for the Chelsea game. However, it's only in 2 bands. So they just when people say it won't work, well, it has. That's 2 things now the club have reversed on. So it is working. We just need to keep it going. Dazza says all 5 subs will be used.
Yeah. Good, wasn't it?
Nick says Paqueta scored a pen. I'm not sure Nick would take it. Sorry, Nick would take it. Nick definitely would take it. I'm not sure Paqueta would take it. Don't know who would actually. Maybe Bowen. I'd expect Bowen to be the one that steps up. Maybe it would be Paqueta. Billy says Bowen to score first. Collingwood says Max Kilman overhead kick. That is
definitely first. It's definitely first.
In Talk says Paqueta to get 3 assists again. Soufal score a goal, says Robert. Like a little bit of that.
Keep Wan-Bissaka out of the team. That's what he'd be doing.
I hope he does. I hope Soufal does finally score.
Yeah,
Jal reckons Irving's going to score. I'm not sure he's going to get on the pitch, but we never do. Jordan says Mavropanos, man of the match.
That would be brilliant, wouldn't it?
I hope so.
Yeah.
Matthew says 3 subs before the hour mark. You heard it here first. Matthew said Rodriguez to score his debut goal. Paul says Lopetegui is going to own Unai Emery.
That would be good.
Ben says concede early from defensive error, equalise just after half time, and score a winner in the 79th minute. Now that is accurate.
That's particular, isn't it? That is very precise.
Brad says Souček hat-trick and he's going to lift Lopetegui up like in Dirty Dancing.
Oh, I know what you know. Oh, like Simba in The Lion King.
What a fantastic thumbnail that would make. Just Souček lifting up.
Yeah, absolutely.
I don't know if Lopetegui would like that. I don't know if he's the type of manager.
He's a big geezer. He was a goalkeeper, Lopetegui, to be fair. But I know Souček's even bigger than him. But he wouldn't be an easy fella to lift up, I'm thinking. Do you know what I mean? It's not lifting. You want to lift Somerville up. That's what you want to do. You want to hold Somerville aloft. There you go. Hey.
Where's Guilherme? Get him over here quick. Let me. Where's Freddie Potts? Is George Earthy able to come back from loan? I'd like to.
Yeah, probably.
Apache says Danny Ings is going to score a free kick to win the game.
That's definitely a first.
I tell you what, though, if he was on the pitch, more Prowse was in, 5 minutes to go, and we get a free kick, he's going to be wanting to take it after that pre-season strike, isn't he? He's going to come out the way. I'm going to. Ash says Somerville's going to come on and be involved in a couple of goals, and Daniel says Caduce's going to score 2 bangers, not just 1, 2. And Sam
says, get an assist. I think Caduce will get an assist today, by the way.
Sam says we are going to get a Folk Mania because he's going to come on and score a 90th minute winner. And Aqua says Souček, 2 goals, man of match.
Imagine. Brilliant.
Infinitely says Souček gets a hat trick. He's going to get dizzy from all the spinning.
Yeah, absolutely.
The Soucopter. We need a little bit of the Soucopter. Right, before we start handing this show over, let's run through the admin again. If you're new to Hammers Chat, please do subscribe to the channel. Massive thank you to everybody who did subscribe. We hit 40,000 subscribers last week, which is always nice to hit a milestone. Nothing happens, unfortunately. It would be nice if something did. Nothing changes. We just get a bit of a morale boost. So thank you very much. Also, please do drop a like on the video by clicking thumbs up as well. This build-up show is sponsored by Match Bingo, where you can add a little bit of fun to watching West Ham against Aston Villa. It's just £2 per play. However, they've got 2 promotions on today. First of all, you need to download the app using the link in description. That's important, so they know you've come from Hammers Chat, and we get a little bit of credit from them as well. They say, good job, Gio. Good job, Gonzo. It's nice. Another 2 morale boosts you can give us. But the 2 promotions are you deposit £10, you get £20 credit, so you have £30 to play with on the app. And for the West Ham Aston Villa game, it's buy 3 cards, get 2 free. So 5 for the price of 3. You need 15 things to happen in the match. There's some simple things like West Ham to have a left-footed shot on target. That's always a good one to get, given that we've got Bowen, Paqueta and Caduce. Max Kilman, Rodriguez, is he left-footed? I'm still unsure. He looked 2-footed against Celta Vigo.
He does.
Is he left-footed?
No, I wasn't sure either. When I watched these, I thought exactly the same thing. I said it in the video. I wasn't sure, yeah.
I don't know. He looked left-footed and he looked right-footed. So,
yeah.
Don't know. Anyway, so it'll cost you £6, get 5 cards, 15 things to happen. They pay out the first person to get the first line, 25 quid. Gonzo's won that a few times. They pay out the first person to get the second line. Gonzo's won that once. And they pay out the first person to get a full house. Gonzo hasn't won that one yet.
Not yet.
Always today, Gonzo. There's always today. Someone's going to win it, usually. There's usually a winner. Multiple winners here on Hammers Chat, so please do get involved. A couple more comments before we bring in a couple of different people. We're going to scroll up, see if there's anything interesting. Aqua says West Ham win 92nd minute. Duran is going to notch an own goal for us. Leo's asking for the channel bet. Gonzo, what do you have to put into the live chat? In the live chat, please put the following phrase.
Mama, just kill man.
Bez says, Mavropanos weak link here. We should have had Todibo in. Yeah, that's the one I would maybe change out the starting 11. And Usual Suspect is asking if the lead singer from Coldplay is giving us commentary.
He's coming. He's coming.
He's in the green room at the moment, yelling at us. So that is good news as well. Right then, let's get them into the screen. We've got Northie, Mark here, and we've also got Nick. How you doing, gents? Mark, let's start with yourself. How you doing?
I'm very good, mate. Very good. Yeah, hopefully I'm coming through loud and clear because I'm out the studio. Last minute change of plan, so I haven't. You can't hear me.
No, we can't. It's a joke. It's a joke.
Stop it.
No, but he's just responded to me asking how he is. So obviously,
it's going to be a long show. It's going to be a long show. Thanks, mate.
Anyway,
Same question. Am I coming? Are the butt plugs coming through loud and clear?
Nice tea towel, Nick. To be fair, lovely tea.
Yeah, I've got some furry decoration at the back. This is just a start of me demolishing
the tea towel collection.
House.
Nice.
Nick,
posters are a bit shiny, so I went for something.
Nick, how do you feel about the West Ham starting 11?
I instantly looked at the name Souček and felt of a very quizzical nature. I wondered what has James Ward-Prowse done to offend Lopetegui, but Then I tried to switch myself over to optimism. You know, all of his games when he played last season and he got those crucial goals, you know, none of us knew they were coming, even though he does them. I think there were very few people. I know someone in the chat have said it, that he's going to score now, but what he brought to those games, I'm just trying to stay positive, because when there's like some people say, oh, why hasn't he started the new players? Because they're new. They're incredibly very new. They barely know anything about their teammates. So yeah, staying positive.
Mark, you happy with the Lopetegui 11?
I was pretty much on the same fence as you, Gio. I was watching the build-up show, and I think that, yeah, some of the, you've got to earn your way into the team, and I can't remember us having a bench that strong. I think we've got real options where we used to have Fornells and Benny coming off the bench. You knew they weren't really going to do much. So, no, I think it's a solid team, but I think there'll be quite a few changes. No, I'm really excited. I'm just buzzing for football to be back.
I just want to say thank you to Skizzle for the fiver in the super chat. He says, come on, you Irons, let's go Hammers. And I'm sorry, Nick, but there's a lot of that's not the one for you. There's a lot of Chris Martin. Are you doing Band-Aid this year? He reckons that you're shouting goal in the 90th minute. Are you singing it was all yellow? You've got. Can you dress?
I'm a bit more pink. I mean, for anyone who watched the pre-season games, I was away in a very weird hotel room, and there was a whole Simpsons thing. But I don't know. I mean, the Chris Martin thing is a bit weird. I reckon people can do better. By better, I mean worse, for my own just ego and psychology. But give it a go. I mean, I'll sing if we win. Like, I'm happy to do that. I don't want to like tarnish the win for everyone and like drop the numbers down to 0, but the option will be there.
Yeah. I think most of us are Richard right now, which is I wouldn't say I'm happy with the lineup per se, but let's see what happens. I think everybody that's unhappy with the lineup I just assume everybody's feeling a bit like that. Right, Gonzo, you didn't join me for the preview because you were on a double-decker bus in a woodland. And for people joining in, that's not a joke. He was genuinely on a double-decker bus in a woodland. Planned. He wasn't kidnapped or nothing. What was your score prediction? What would your score prediction be?
I'm going to go with an Archbishop Desmond Tutu, I think, for this one, Gio. And there's a little bit of fence sitting in there. But I don't think we're going to see the revolution. I think it's going to be a relatively slow evolution. But I don't think we're going to be as terrible as some are fearing, I think, because I would agree that we certainly have the capacity to concede goals. But my word, we've got some really good attacking players. And I think you may well see if Paqueta can get into the positions that he was taking up against Celta Vigo, he's going to start pulling the strings. And Bowen and Kudus are just deadly. I do fancy an assist for Kudus as well. And as I said earlier, I wouldn't be surprised if Antonio gets a goal. So I'm feeling very positive, and I'd be more than happy with a 2-2 draw.
Erdy said not super happy with the lineup, but it's J-Lo's first game. And Mick follows it up with little underwhelmed, but strong bench. So I think the new guys will get a run sometime. And thank you to Michael for the $5. Says, come on, you Irons from New York. And Bez kindly says, great show, best around for the best fans in the world. Thank you very much, Bez. I said 2-1 West Ham in the preview, and it was more just out of optimism. I have little evidence to go on so far. I haven't seen anything from Aston Villa pre-season. Don't know how we're going to get on under Lopetegui. I'm just going to stick with 2-1, but it's more just out of pure optimism rather than a proper thought process. I'm concerned with Mavropanos at the back, but I'm a bit like Gonzo. We've got goals in us. We will concede today, but I also think we will score today as well. So I'm hopeful that we can get the 3 points. However, I'm more intrigued as to what we're going to do rather than expecting. Hopeful rather than expecting. Right, myself and Gonzo are going to disappear, but please, you guys at home, do not disappear because the two people beneath being Gonzo right now are staying for the duration of the game. They will be providing you with fan match commentary. They'll be interacting with you in the live chat as well. It's their first show as a duo for the Premier League. So stick around, keep them company, be nice to them. But before me and Gonzo go, please do drop a like on the video, subscribe to Hammers Chat, and Gonzo, I will catch up. Well, next time I see you, Gonzo, will be on Monday on the player ratings. So enjoy the game, and I will see you then.
Well done.
Nick, Mark, enjoy the watch along, and we'll catch up with you later.
Thanks, chaps.
Nice one. Oh,
I just going to say
for that.
If you're Chris Martin, does that mean I'm Gwyneth Paltrow?
I'd take that. I'd take that. That would be okay. That's the kind of dynamics I was hoping for in this situation. So I know you're. If I had to ask how you feel, I guess you'd start with buzzing. Personally, I'm more on the bricking it sense things. I mean, prediction-wise, impossible game to really predict. 2-2 seems like a safe prediction. Earlier, I don't know why I said we'd win 3-2. That's mental. I don't know what was going on with me at that particular time in my life. What about you?
Well, to be honest, before I saw the lineup, I was thinking 3-1. And then when I saw that actually a lot of those new signings are off, I went for 2-1. So I still think we'll win. And maybe that's the blind West Ham optimism that we've all grown up to know and love. But I think we'll do it. I think being at home, the likes of Ollie Watkins has been out for the whole of pre-season pretty much. He didn't get much of a game in the Euros. So I'm hoping he's going to be rusty, but that I haven't seen the Villa bench actually. I should look, but is Duran on the bench?
Yeah, he's. Yeah.
It just sets the stage for Duran to come on and just stick it to us. That is my fear. So hopefully it's 3-1.
Yeah, I mean, Watkins either rusty or just very, very fresh from his nice little rest. I mean, like I just veer between oddly confident and just fearing what could happen. But we do have a lot going for us. Like trying to, take yourself out of the West Ham fan head for a minute. There is a lot going for us with just, it's not a new manager bounce because it's the first game of the season. But that aspect, yes, at home, I think our players have been well rested. I think they've been well brought through pre-season, especially, obviously our best players would have played a lot of games, international tournaments, this kind of thing. It's just trying to stay confident is a bit of a mission at this point.
You don't sound very confident. And actually looking in the chat, there are a few, there's some few that are not as confident. Billy there saying that he would take a draw. Stuart's reverse of the 3-1, my initial thinking, but a 3-1 defeat. And Stuart, I agree with this. I do think that there'll be a betting in period. But the problem is, the good thing is we're not really betting in many people with this game. So, we're slowly introducing. So is that a good thing or a bad thing? I guess we're going to find out there. And the real Simpsons, the lineup shows zero ambition. The back four getting roasted. Nicola, my thoughts on Mavropanos. I think he's got mistakes in him all day long. So I don't think we'll ever keep a clean sheet with him there. And obviously Soufal over Wan-Bissaka as well, which is a strange one. I think that's one I would have changed. What are your thoughts on that?
Yeah, I mean, he's just Wan-Bissaka's been here days. I think that's fair enough. And I don't know if he actually did take a knock in that season game with Man U or not. But obviously, it would feel nice to just throw in all the new players, but in real life. And we all know Soufal's not that bad. The Mavropanos thing, like when Gio said Mavropanos earlier, I tried not to shudder because, again, I'm trying to fixate on positivity. He is a concern. There's a couple of things in the chat I just want to put, because we're going to get this all the time. Where's Charlie? Charlie has left. I'm sorry to be the one to tell you that. If he's in the chat, he hasn't left, but he's got something else to do, which means that he can't do this. And no, I'm not drinking from a vase. What happened is I went to the official West Ham store, which I know might be a bit controversial, seeing as there's a whole ticketing thing going on. I don't have any self-control, so I just bought loads of stuff. That is the glass tankard. I bought these things you can see here. I don't know why I bought that. I mean, I guess if we're losing, I'll just have a cuddle and cry myself to sleep. But that is why I'm drinking from something. a bit weird.
There's a few more people agreeing actually as well. Just with Duran on the bench. Oh, Duran off the bench, but to have a stinker. Well, okay, yeah, we'll take that. We'll be happy with that. I think everyone wouldn't mind seeing him be an absolute flop. I know the win probability, Nick, just to talk about this as well. The win probability is in West Ham's favour. So we are favourites, 39% win and 35% Villa, which obviously suggests it's going to be a close game. Do you see the draw? Do you think we can nick it? You don't. You seem really pessimistic about this one. You haven't got high hopes, have you, mate?
Well, in the attacking sense, I have. But we're just playing a good team. I think that's why. And I'm never optimistic. I just can't be optimistic about West Ham games before the game. That's why I'm trying so hard in a concerted effort. The odds that some bookies had, they basically thought Villa would win. The second most likely result was West Ham win. The third most likely result was draw. So I don't really know what the logic behind that was. But I think with what we've got, the new players, the mix of new and old, I'm really interested to see how it's going to start, because we all know that in the last couple of seasons, starting strongly, I mean, we didn't start strongly. How we started was just really bad, and then slow and a bit ponderous. So that start at home, give everyone a lift. And later on, what I'm interested to know in the chat in 5 minutes is who is the co-commentator on Sky, because I probably won't be able to find that out right now. But that would just be interesting. And also what the commentator's saying, because we're doing this, we don't have the volume on. So if some commentator says something that annoys you, or you think they're being one-sided, let us know. I did notice they've changed something in the just general Sky Sports Premier League montage bit that they have at the front of different programs. And the London Stadium, where it says West Ham United on top, that was the first thing they put on there. I don't know if anyone else cares about that kind of thing, but it makes me quite happy to know that someone in the Sky Sports studio doing the graphics might be a West Ham fan. We've got a fair question here. Roll through the subspecs, please. Do you want to click that? Gio banned me from clicking things because I didn't click something very well one time, and then Gio effectively said that we were just incredibly shit and we need to improve a lot. So you're your head clicker. All right, team players coming out of the tunnel now. I reckon, I can't hear, but I reckon the stadium, our main stadium, theme tune thing will be going, which I only found out recently is actually on the soundtrack of Kill Bill. If you want to find it on Spotify, I don't know which track. I'll look it up later.
Yeah, I watched a film on Netflix the other day, and it had "I'm Forever Blowing Bubbles" throughout it. It's a really good film as well. Is it something on a train? It's weird. I'm gonna have to pop it in here. It really threw me. I can't remember. Someone will probably tell us in the chat. But yeah, no, it's a really good film. Completely surprised me. Okay. Fuming with that defense. We bought 3 new defenders, 2 bangers and a meh, and we're only playing the meh one. Okay. Well, Kilman, he is one that hasn't really excited many people, and we were talking about this even in our kind of pre-chat as well. I don't think that he's going to be playing because he's Lopetegui's player, isn't he? He's an ex-player, so I don't know why I've gone fuzzy. I'll sort that out in a bit. Real Simpson, where's the Brazilian? I'm assuming you're talking about Guilherme. I'm not sure. Will he break in that early? I think he's going to take some time to get up to speed anyway. He's only young. He's only played, I don't know how many games he's played. Someone said about 40, but I think that's too many. So I don't think he'll be introduced for a little while.
Sorry.
Go on, mate, go on.
I had to put that in from Charlie, that's all. Thanks, Charlie. I'm trying to get used to him. It's just the relentless, it's just the castigation, the bemoaning, the dour mood. Most people, the things when you speak to Gio, I think we all know, 10 years ago, there was this thing that was known as resting bitch face. And Gio's got resting Scottish scowl. So you don't know what he's thinking till he speaks. You're speaking to him and he just kind of starts to do that. And then when he speaks, you know if you've pissed him off or not.
That was a bit. You went a bit Bruce Willis there. But that's good.
Yeah.
Oh, anyone else notice that?
Villa have gone for one of those weird formations that Man U did. That Man U barely won the game against a poor Fulham team, mainly possibly due to Issa Diop being in their defence. But they've gone for one of those weird, technically could be called 4-2-2-2, like two deep central defensive midfielders, two wingers, and then above that, two strikers, like at least on the formation side of things. Obviously, how that translates to the game is not going to be that, because they're not really going to play two up top. And also, if they had Watkins as one of them, I don't even know why they would do that, but that's what they've done.
Yeah, I think they'll start slow. Funny enough, I was looking as well as we're about to kick off. I mean, everybody's talking about the West Ham transfers, but Villa have actually spent more than us. They spent 100 million.
1 minute to go. 1 minute to go. We have to just remind people, Match Bingo, why you're seeing that on the screen, is that it's a great way to get involved. If you do a £10 top up, if you get into Match Bingo using the link down there, they'll know you're from here. £10 top up will get you £20 free credit. And then you buy 3 cards, you get 2 free. It's just a different way. It combines bingo and football. So you don't have to do the selections. You get them like on a bingo card. And over 60 people from Hammers Chat actually won, including Gonzo, which was nice. I don't think Gio did. Maybe that's why he scowls so much.
Yeah, I must admit, I've done mine.
Yeah, I got mine in as well.
Oh, I did. Let's see. I got mine on. Come on. Any extra cash? A bit of beer money?
Right, comedy-wise, it's about to kick off. Jesus, what we've waited for. Oh, God, it's been a long time.
Beautiful day for it.
It is. I mean, seeing Lucas Paqueta on the ball in the sunshine is a wonderful thing. Okay, kicked off. Let's go.
I'm going to put this up, Peter. I don't mind it. So everybody's got to have a nickname. You're Chris Martin. I'm Matt Letitia. I hope I don't get kicked off this show like he does.
Okay, you watch the comments. I'm going to try and keep an eye on what's going on. A bit of a false start because we tried to play the ball forward, but then there was a very slight misdemeanor and the ref's blown up, and now they've got free kick. Looks like a full stadium. Yeah, Villa on the attack. So instantly, 30 seconds in, back to the whole bricking myself thing. And then your man, oh no, that wasn't Mavropanos. I thought Mavropanos did a thing, but it was actually Kilman cleared the ball.
Penalty shout.
What? Just so I know, what minute and second are you on?
1 minute 44.
Oh crap! You're well ahead. I'm watching it on the iPad.
Shall I do the? I watch the game. I watch the game. You do the buttons, mate.
You watch the game. I'll watch the chat.
These are the new learning things we have to go through. Chasing shadows at the moment. Foul there, surely. Someone else there said they're really deflated. Really look forward to today, but deflated by the lineup. Fearing we'll get an early view of Lope's in-game management. Yeah, that's true. That's true. We don't really know. We've no idea really what. Is he going to wait to the 80th minute like Moyes used to, or is he going to actually read the game, which we've not been used to for a while. So that'd be good. Foul to Villa at the moment. Free kick.
Yeah, you tell me what's happening in the game. I just want to put that up. Yeah, there is a Hammers Chat Discord. I never used Discord before, but it's actually quite lively. There's about 6,000 members. But don't let that put you off. It's not over the top. It's just a nice little chat to get involved with if you can download Discord.
You have a mistake there by Soucek, and it's Villa corner.
Yeah, there we go. Sean's first go at Match Bingo. Let us know how it goes.
Yeah, let us know if anyone's close on that as well.
Deploy Loppy's boys. I like that.
Yuri Tillemans take the free kick, the corner. Oh, 1-0. Onana header, 3 minutes.
Great, wonderful, fantastic.
A wonderful start.
Oh, God. Was that badly away?
Well, it was. We said 2-1, so that's fine. That's the one out of the way early.
Yeah, they got to the corner in the first time by a non-clearance.
Yeah, mistake at the back. It's our own doing there.
It was just a non-clearance, and then it bounced off Souček for the corner.
No one tracked the run as well. Terrible marking. Antonio let him go. Just let him go by him. Yeah.
Well, good to know that some things never change. So, oh god.
Chin up, son.
Fantastic. Fantastic.
It doesn't matter. Minutes to go. 86 minutes to go, sorry.
Yeah, well, the best time to let a goal is at this point, so we have most of the game to get it back.
Yeah.
Damn. Yeah, Onana did the kind of disrespectful celebration to the crowd, which I don't know why anyone would feel. Just a lot of reactions coming in. I know a lot of these are facetious.
Really? No.
Still playing awful players, says Glenn. Why are people surprised, says Pete.
Well, I don't think anybody in this chat, I mean, correct me if I'm wrong, but I don't think anybody expected a clean sheet today. And I don't think we're going to get that for a while. I think that getting the defence to gel is the hardest thing. I think that's the thing that's going to take the time for us.
Yep.
So West Ham with the ball.
Next, we've conceded quickest, of course. Once we won the transfer window, we'd also won just being completely terrible in the first 5 minutes. So great.
It was a cheap corner. I agree with that comment.
Things can only get better. Very true. Very true, Sean. Thank you. It's painful, but I mean, yeah, Gio said we were due a slap in the face. So I guess that's the slap in the face. And now we recover. So it's a good test. Stay optimistic. It's a good test. This tests, the new players. What are they going to show? The new manager / head coach. What is he going to do?
We can't sit back and defend. I think that's the only the plus point. We've got the players to go forward. We're going to attack. I'm not worried. I'm worried about that ball. That was terrible.
Yeah,
just lumped up.
Jeff says consider being subs earlier, possibly. GP says kind of annoyed. Yes, just I'm with you, but there are many feelings happening. Pete goes concede 3, so just. What is in disguise? I don't think you can really blame the head coach. But yeah, we're still West Ham. That's the thing. When people say you're not West Ham anymore, we are rubbish. So nothing's changed. The joke's on them. Yes. Dean says, yeah, Onana's debut was always going to happen. Because we looked at Onana, what was it, 2 or 3 seasons ago or something?
Yeah.
I honestly didn't think he was very good, but
He's spending 50 million. 50. Actually, here's a question. I don't quite understand this because I think that Villa had to sell Douglas Luiz for 50 million because of FFP. Is that correct? Is that what you understand? Because that's what I heard. And then they go and buy Onana for 50 million. Like, how does FFP work? It totally confuses me. I've got no idea.
I let Gio be the expert on that. I can't be bothered doing maths along with my football team. Brilliant focus. Normal service resumes.
Kudos fouled there.
Another one.
On the attack. First yellow card. First yellow card. If anybody's got that on their match bingo, Leon Bailey foul on Kudos as we were trying to break away.
Jeff still has faith. Everyone needs to be more Jeff. I don't know what he does. I don't know what he's smoking or drinking or doing, but somehow it's water off the duck's back.
I still think we'll win. Oh, not with a ball like that. That's a big one, actually. Kudos is the sort of player that can turn a bad ball into a good one.
Yeah.
He's just
that's why we've basically lulled them into a full sense of security now. And now we start playing. Yeah, I guess those who were clamoring for Wan-Bissaka could use this. I mean, now it would be funny if he didn't. I suppose that would be if we're still losing, which we won't be because we're so good and we'll probably be winning by halftime. But if we're still losing by halftime, I'm just calling him the manager. I don't want to be corrected. He's head coach. He's the manager. So will he actually, in the first half say, right, and actually do do a bit of a Mourinho, if anything.
There's it was a free kick to West Ham. Could have put it in. I didn't actually realise how big the Villa team is, but they've easily outjumped all of our attack, and it has broken up as we've tried to clear it away, so pushing the back. So Villa back with the ball.
And just honesty from Jeff there. No nonsense. I won't ask what. Don't tell me.
We want to know. But
if we just forget the goal, I mean, they haven't had another chance. Like clutching at straws. If we forget the goal and forget that Antonio fell asleep and Areola didn't come out and get it, Areola's a fantastic goalkeeper. We know I think he is anyway. We've had most of the possession. We've had the ball in the final third. So at least we're trying to do something.
A save there, save from Areola, really good save. But Villa players just gone through so many. We just backed off. So lucky there, good save, Areola. Cross coming in, and it's in his hands. We're all safe. Actually, this is a good opportunity for Bowen to show his worth here as new captain. And quite rightly, in my opinion, it'd be interesting to see if anybody in the chat thinks that Bowen shouldn't have been captain, if there was another candidate that should have got it. But, this is his chance to rally the troops and see if we can get back.
Yeah, we've got someone else talking about the Hammers Chat Discord. Something to do if you feel like moaning. Moan here and there, just multiple moaning. Brenton Folk says, what's rimming? I think it's when you drink from the rim of your new West Ham tankard with your healthy green tea inside. Snack-wise, I've gone for the healthy choice. I don't care. I've gone for dark chocolate. I'm not going to apologise for that.
Watching your weight or something? It's good for you, isn't it?
Danny says Metaclash looks like Joey Essex. Fair comment.
Yeah, it's true.
David says, shocking so far. The goal was ridiculous. I mean, I don't really know how that happens, but we've been all right. I mean, it's a fast-paced game. Both teams have had possession. I'd say we've got a bit more possession. Obviously, they've got the goal now. So when we've got the ball in our defensive line, they're not pressing, which everyone knows is going to help us in the attacking sense.
It's
you are several seconds ahead of me. So what do you see that I'm about to see in 30 seconds?
A throw on. Nothing too exciting. Not from an action point of view, but it's an open game. We can't sit back. Villa are not a team that's going to sit back anyway.
We're not really pressing them, which things will go down. But yeah, it's only not even up to the 15th minute yet. But when they get it to their fullbacks, that's when we're pressing. When they've got it centre back to midfield, we're not really bothered with that. We're basically happy to let them have it and just pass it around central midfield areas.
Ian, you're bang on there. Antonio did lose his man. Didn't really fight hard enough. Didn't track him. Let him go. So I would put Antonio at fault for that. The ball now passing around.
Simon doesn't want to see that. You might be in luck. I mean, this is the first players have been with us for such a short time. This game, no matter the scoreline and what we found in the first 15, I don't think it was really the right time to just, throw them on. And what if that happens when they were on the pitch? So I think we have to be just a bit patient until, game 2 or 3.
Yeah, it's Villa doing the attacking at the moment. And they are pressing. They're pressing us really high. So we've just lumped it up to Antonio, who has actually controlled it. And now he's lost it. Yeah, the back worried everybody last season. I think we were the worst defensive team outside the relegated teams last season. So I'm surprised. I know that you tried to bed in some of the newer players, and I agree with that. I think you do need to kind of let them earn their place. But I think our defense was so bad. That's the one area where I think you could have just swapped them out straight away. So I don't know why Todibo and Wan-Bissaka are on the bench. That was a bit of a strange one. And if he carries on like this, it might be on. block shot there.
Yeah, I mean, I saw Mavropanos was speaking to everyone to push up a bit. Kilman made that interception just then. Try and look at the positives. We are letting them have the ball and playing it around a bit, which isn't always it's just annoying because it's not exactly a difficult thing to get to grips with.
But then I guess on the plus side, the flip side, you could say with the likes of Kudus and Paqueta, Paqueta's certainly playing it into Kudus and Bowen. And that's some real pace to counter-attack. I don't want to be a counter-attacking team. We've seen enough of that. I'm not saying that's a good thing. I do not want to go back to the Moyes way of playing. We've got much better players now. Foul there. So it's... I thought he was going to have a breakaway. Now Villa on the attack, in the box. Oh, good save, Areola.
Yeah, and Ian says, please tell me that Sushi and people asking for why it doesn't work. I don't know exactly what you mean, but I think he's saying it either doesn't work. There's a lot of chat still about Reading. I'm going to ignore that.
This is the wrong show.
You just bring back Moyes. Why not? Just keep going for it. Yeah, Ross has had his hopes dashed. But you're in Italy, so it's not bad. It's all right.
Don't let it ruin your holiday, Ross. Plenty of time ago, mate.
Yeah, I mean, the James Ward-Prowse thing, some people said, I think Gonzo said that Souček can do things that Ward-Prowse can't, but I see Ward-Prowse as more of an actual footballer. Maybe Souček will score, but I don't really think he can play football. I don't think his defensive positioning is anything anyway.
No, I don't think he is. But when he first come here, he was scoring the goals because he was going forward, and Rice was back. It's only when we made that swap that he became a worse player. So he's one that splits a lot of fans, Souček. But is he a starter? Is he good enough to be a starter? He should be. He's definitely. I wouldn't sell him. I think you probably think different to me on that one, but I think he's a good squad player.
Yeah, I don't really know. I just wouldn't play him above Ward-Prowse. But yeah, Charlie says we can all agree subs are going to be crucial. Yeah, maybe this is the game. So one of the new players comes on.
Chance to shine.
Something. Yeah, the whole Antonio thing. Again.
Oh, go on. Antonio shot, but it's blocked. We're going forward though. It is an open game. There's some good football. It's not like the earlier games that were on today. There's just lots of fouls slowing it up. This is quite a Soufal. Oh, Soufal actually got into the box. Wow. Didn't do anything.
Richard says, yeah, Lopetegui's finding out when you're playing with 10 men with Souček on the field. I don't dislike Souček as a human being. I'm fine with his, everything he is, but I don't particularly want him playing in West Ham shirt. I don't think he's very good at the game of football. So it's a bit frustrating when you see him just lumbering around. There we go. That's what we are. Is Alan Smith one of the commentators on one of the channels? If not Sky, one of the other ones, because they do the Premier League thing that gets broadcast in different countries. And Alan Smith is quite often on them. And he does hate West Ham. He doesn't like West Ham, but he's always on the Premier League coverage. And he talks about Arsenal for quite a lot of the game with West Ham, even when Arsenal are not playing. He just references how inspirational, his word, Saka is. I'm not going to talk about Arsenal because I'm trying to enjoy my Saturday. I don't want to get into
there does seem to be quite a bit of hate for Antonio. I mean, what are your... is he one that needs to be sold again?
He's frustrating. He is frustrating because he does have good games, but he's a bit bipolar. He had that great patch, I think the season before last, and well, might have been 2 seasons ago, but then last season he did really well when he came back around that March, April time and played well. But then he can score good, important goals, and he can also just, spank it over the bar for no reason. And then he just hasn't really done himself any favours by falling asleep for the first goal. But yeah, I mean, Villa, you know, they are a good team. We know they're all a good team full of good players with a good manager. So when they get possession, it would be a bit silly if we just thought we're going to, you know, charge at them and nick the ball back from them every time.
Paquet's just played a cheeky dink into the box. But it didn't come to nothing. Well, you're talking about Unai Emery. I mean, Emery was actually offered to West Ham twice, and we didn't want to take him up on the offer because I do know his agent, weirdly. So, yeah, he did tell me that he's had 2 opportunities to be West Ham manager, but for one reason or another, never happened. So, yeah, we went for another Spaniard.
I think Fulkrug's nailed on to come on at some point. I mean, fans always say, me included, that substitution should happen sooner than they ever do. But it's difficult to see why you wouldn't sub him at half time.
I love this comment. He's playing like a crippled giraffe. That's
very cool to giraffes.
Yeah. Antonio for one. Antonio's not having the best start. But, you know, 20 minutes into a new season, let's cut him some slack.
Yeah, Luke says, trying to sync your commentary whilst watching the game. Can we have a match clock? What? The match clock on the screen apparently is something that is being worked on, but not that easy to do. Northie, what's your match clock?
It's 20 minutes, 30 seconds. Villa on the attack. Some good blocks, actually. Some good defensive work. And a foul on Bowen. So it releases the pressure. Free kick to West Ham. Yeah, I mean, that is kind of the problem now. I think where people are watching this from, whether it's on Sky, iPads, tablets, Sky Now, they're all slightly different times. But yeah, this is Sky. I'm watching it on HD main event. So that should, I don't know, is anybody above 21? 21 I'm on. Anyone ahead of that?
Yeah, Jeremy says you think they know it's not pre-season friendly, which I know, again, is... just a very facetious comment, but it's just I'm trying to remain patient and not too frustrated because we're playing a good team. The goal was terrible, but it's not like we've been totally outclassed. It's just when they've got the ball, it feels a bit frustrating because we're not going to press them because they're a good team, you know, who just had a very good season with a very good manager. So they know what they're doing. They know their shapes. They know where their teammates are. So if we can just slowly build into it.
This is onside. Oh, okay. So Villa broke away. Leon Bailey beat the keeper and hit the post. That could have been. I thought it was offside, but. No, it was left back. Left back was just dawdling, playing him on. Is that Emerson? Yeah, Emerson totally switched off. That should have been 2-0.
Yeah, I'll just be getting that now. Like delayed pain.
It's an uncomfortable watch so far, folks.
Yeah, I'm waiting to see what was the crucial ball that got through there. It was just a Matty Cash long ball.
Yeah.
And then I hate to say it, but neither of our Emerson's positioning was bad. Kilman got back to cover a bit. He was in the right place. He didn't actually make the tackle. Or I don't know, actually, in fact, Kilman was, oh God.
Yeah, he was covering.
Kilman was closer to him. I'm wincing because I just don't want Kilman I want him to do well, obviously. But he just didn't really seem to realise when Matty Cash played the ball. I'm too naming Matty Cash. When he played the ball, he didn't seem to realise that an opposing attacker was next to him on a football pitch. And then when the ball was halfway over the top, he was like, oh yeah, there's an opponent there. I will run back as well. So that's not great.
I will say tactically, like looking at this game in the first 25 or 24 minutes coming up to, it seems to be very narrow. We haven't really had any balls down the wing. And I know we've not got those attacking wing. Well, we've got Emerson on, but he's not bombing down. We haven't got Wan-Bissaka on the right. everything seems to be centralised and chipped in. So we're playing kind of high balls chipped in against two very large centre backs. So that's not working for me. So tactically, he's got to do something there.
Yeah, Ruben says Kilman signing was strange.
The money was strange.
Don't want to.
40 million was strange. That's the problem. He's put a target on his back with a price tag.
Yeah, Father Ham says can't wait for subs. This is embarrassing. It's potentially embarrassing. If we let in another goal, then we will be basically sitting here like a bunch of mugs. Mark says get Irving on. Fair shout.
The Dagenham and Redbridge banger, that was, wasn't it?
Spanish Moyes. That is a bit unfortunate if Lopetegui doesn't do well. Could be. Yeah, Ruben also says half-time change is needed. Fred says get Todibo and Wan-Bissaka on. I think you'll be getting some of that made true.
I mean, how long? Like, we don't want to be like other clubs. We won't name any clubs. Probably not fair. But how long? You know, if we're not winning, how long do you give a new manager? Because I don't like the chopping and changing the constant managers. It does take time to get your own kind of message and ethos across with new players. But look, if we're halfway through the season and we're at 10th, say, Nick, is that good, bad? Where would you see that?
I mean, it's doable, I suppose. If we're not going to get rid of him anyway, and we will be so high up the league. This is a blip. This is something that we'll laugh. We'll look back at this when you're open and laugh. Dean's fair comment. 140 million spent. We've got to still suffer Souček and Antonio.
That's fair.
It is fair, but the other players are new. Anyway, Graham says Zuckerberg. I get that bit, but I don't know why. He's a little bit thinner than me. West Ham just says awful, and Jimmy says bloody awful defence. They've got to. Maybe the only way is up. I'm just trying to stay positive. No one else is, which is fair enough. Antonio's. Our defence is a joke.
It is all Villa attack in there. Just pan to the bench. Somerville, Wan-Bissaka. I think they can do a lot. Get down the wing. We haven't got that width. We need some width here. Hit us with the ball.
Yeah.
Offside.
I mean, I don't want to. You don't want to be reactive. I did have another comment. I didn't feel like it, but I think he was saying he's going to find someone with a pulse. We're boring, but it's nothing. I can't really sit here. I'm not going to sit here and like fume. I'm going to try and be a bit patient rather than just reactive. Like I don't want to keep banging on about Souček, but I find him frustrating. I find him slow. When the other team have the ball, he's just a slow-bodied individual. And I don't think he causes the opposition problems, meaning that when, Villa have got the ball, and yeah, they're a good team. We can't just go, ploughing into them. It's Premier League football. But this is a time to show something. New season, new manager, new players, getting about 30 minutes into the game. So that's why, Rich says Bowen might need to pipe up. We need something from someone. I don't know what it is, because when they showed the goal back again, Paqueta threw his arms up in obvious frustration, like we all felt frustrated. Maybe he can shout at someone.
To be fair, the midfield, we haven't really had no control midfield at all. Looking at Paqueta, Rodriguez, and Antonio just lumbering around as he does. Well cut out there. Might see foul.
Yeah, both him bring Fulkrug on. That is an easy one. It's like the Euro. It's like the Euros never ended. We're just a bit dissatisfied. Dick Turpin says Duran must be laughing. He will be when he scores later in this game.
Antonio's laid it out. Kudus. West Ham attack here. Got this bit of space.
Souček gives you no control, says E.
Header from Souček, but I'm not sure if that was defended out for a corner. I think it was Digne. Digne knocks it out. It was a good attack. Positive. Yeah, good defensive header that. The goal's coming off this corner. Come on.
Jimmy asks, is Alvarez now? Alvarez is injured for the next few weeks.
Thigh injury. Yeah.
Simon says, have we managed to bring in Tadibo and Ramsey a bit earlier? Lopetegui started both. Probably true. I think they'll get some game time.
Corner,
I'm a bit behind you, but yeah, Antonio did put it out nicely to Kudus, and then wasn't a bad cross. He was all right, but their defender just got to it first, even though he is like a foot shorter than Souček. Not that I'm blaming Souček for everything, but that was
he hates Souček. Just say it, you know.
I'm happy to have a conversation or share a potato salad with him, but I don't think he's good at football.
So JWP is your replacement choice.
Anyone, just another human who can turn rapidly and spin 360 degrees quicker than a ship.
Describing Zuma there.
Fair enough. Not Bowen's best corner, but I'm not going to criticise Bowen.
But we're going forward, you know.
Yeah, I mean we're trying. Just want to see. I don't know, like a good old-fashioned crunching tackle. It's all a bit Premier League so far. When they've got the ball, we're all being a bit kind of polite and organised. There you go, Mavropanos, come on. Even you who hates Mavropanos, he did a diving header he put his head quite literally on the line at that point just to get it clear. Well, so maybe he's a bit fired up.
Well, Paqueta just did a tackle which was far from crunching and got a yellow card. Like, it's ridiculous how easy they give away yellow cards these days.
Yeah, talking about crunching, Dean is... I picture Dean on... Because he says he's on his sofa, smashing Skittles and Pringles into his face. I imagine him lying in a mountain of disgusting, processed, sugar, salty snacks and just revolving in frustration. Skittles flying... I don't know what else is in there, just M&Ms, Doritos, smashing into the wall.
I would suggest...
That's how basically I feel.
I would suggest anybody not having Skittles, M&Ms, like if you're going to... Because what will happen is you'll throw something at the screen, go for Maltesers, Wotsits. You know, that's what you want to watch as a West Ham fan.
The thing is, Dean's gone for Skittles and Pringles in one. So that's like a...
Should have been another goal to Villa there. John McGinn just slotted it just past the post. Loads of room. Far too much space. 3 on. Yeah.
Yeah. Skittles and Pringles is like Homer Simpson's nuts and gum together at last. Ward-Prowse coming on. I mean, there'll be changes.
Oh, there's got to be
changes. We haven't been playing that bad. I wanted, like, if I was trying to be sane and impartial, we are having the ball. We are attacking. We're a bit rushed with it, but that's like when we get into the final third, just like, you know, Kudus desperately trying to put the cross in. We might be a bit rushed with it because of the scoreline and the fans. I don't know, but presumably grumbling.
Do you know what's funny here? I'm thinking is that you are, you know, we're playing the team. You know, what I'm thinking is Lopetegui is thinking, let's play a team that's played together a bit. You know, just to be a bit more settled. But this team does not look like they play together at all. So many misplaced passes. We're not making space. There's no runs. It's, you know, the Villa have been lucky with a couple of kind of deflections like that John McGinn one to get them the shots off, but we just, we're not dynamic at the moment.
Yeah. Hughes says, great play, Mav. Pete just says we should have anyone else apart from what we have. Grass is always greener. Come on, first game in.
Yeah, we could easily have been 3-0 down by now. We should have been 3-0 down by now.
Yeah, Surreal is yearning for large, tall, long-haired men. Fair enough. Andy Carroll. So he says.
Is he talking about football now or just the personal life?
I don't. He has needs and desires. Forest Gate lad, Kudus is lost out there on the left. I think Gio especially will agree with you. They're
just lumping balls up down the left at the moment, and Kudus is the sort of player that can, as I said, can make a bad ball look good because he will chase anything down. But yeah, he's not natural. It's out of balance.
Yeah, Jimmy Belton, presumably that's a Baby Bar reference. I only have dark chocolate, which I haven't started in on yet because I'm too nervous.
I haven't got any snacks, you know. I did have, I got some chili flavored pretzels before this, but they were so crunchy. I was like, I can't bring them in. So I abandoned it.
Yeah. Paqueta's first yellow. No comment on that. Yeah, the free shot thing that happened. I mean, there's a bit of a gap. I mean, they countered. Counter-attacks do happen in football. Again, I'm just trying to personally not panic. I'm not telling anyone else they're wrong to panic. I just for my own personal psychology.
Penalty shout. Oh, there's a potential penalty for West Ham. Now, again, it was another ball lumped into the box. I think it's a soft one. If this is a penalty, I don't think it's going to be a penalty. But Souček was knocked into, bundled over. So I think at the moment he has given a penalty, but they're going to do a VAR review.
I'm going to see if I can get coverage quickly.
Actually, I tell a lie. The slow-mo, this could be a pen. Matty Cash. Yeah, Matty Cash fouled Souček. I think we've got a penalty coming on. I told you, 2-1. Come on.
Okay, you're ahead of me, so you're yellow. Well, they haven't given it yet, have they? What's happening? Tell me.
No, we're on 30. I'm on 35, 20 seconds. So I think it's just a VAR check going on. So whether it's an offside handball, still reviewing at the moment. Yeah.
All right. Let me know as soon as the decision comes in.
They're showing the VAR replays. Just make sure no one's offside. He's onside. That's for sure. Does he handball it as he controls it? I think that might be the only thing. No, that's on his chest. Yeah, chest. And then he's fouled. If this is not given, I'll be shocked. I think this is definitely going to be a penalty.
Yeah, Souček chest down. Cash comes
penalty
in.
Confirmed. Then who's taking
I'll take it.
Let you know.
It was a bit soft, if I'm being honest. There was contact, but I mean, yeah, I'll take it. But just the way, and you know who really likes Matty Cash anyway. But the way Cash came in on Souček. All right, you call this. You're ahead. You call this.
Right, Paqueta steadies himself. Puff of the cheeks. Suspense, huh? He hasn't started his run up yet. I'll tell you when he does. Ref blows his whistle. Starts his little jinking run. Yes, get in. 1-0 at that.
Oh, fuck's sake. Is it just tell me what's happening? Tell me what's happening. They're not like, is it definitely a goal? They're not doing something stupid like calling it back, are they? Like
there's no review. They're all celebrating. It's the comeback is on, as they say.
Yeah, I'm just getting it now. 30 seconds later.
In. Good
God, it's just. Okay, start again. Reset. See, I can show. Hang on a minute. Where is it? I can show that because cock is not a rude word. You could be referring to a male chicken. I'd like to leave that comment up from Ironics. Just for the duration of the live stream. If there's a way, I don't know if there is a way, but if you could star on-screen comments, if there is a way, Gio will obviously tell us what that is once he's finished digging us out after this for just generally being crap, because that's Gio. I would like to. Can that be the banner? Can I put a request in to Gio? That's the banner. That's the ticker tape. It just every 5 seconds, Alan Smith is a biased cock. Just flashes past the screen. If I can get that, it'll all be worth it.
Can I ask as well? Because as I say, we can't hear the commentary there. Why? Well, he is, but why did you say that in particular? Was he saying that it wasn't a penalty?
Yeah, give us more. Make the next. We've got about 6-7 minutes to the half. If we could have, don't make it rude because we can't just show like rude stuff on the screen. But if we could have creative insults, not about Alan Smith, because I don't want to say that. You shouldn't be on social media digging people out. But what has he said? You know, word for word. That's just him moaning that he doesn't like West Ham, but he's being paid money. And for years, they always pick him for the West Ham games. Why do they put Alan Smith on the West Ham games? Just put on the Arsenal games because he talks about Arsenal anyway.
Yeah,
Oh,
nothing too hateful. We don't want anybody getting arrested.
No hate, no silliness, just creativeness about what he's talks about. Oh, God. I don't know why I started here. I kind of regret that. I'm not going to highlight some of those comments, but that was a very humorous. It was a humorous. It was a humorous comment. Honestly, I mean, also, I don't know what's happening in the game. So you're 30 seconds for me, but if I can just take a moment I would like to thank everyone. We have over 500 people watching for just a personal thanks for allowing me to vocalize my internal pain of watching West Ham. I don't enjoy it. It's painful. It hurts so much because now I have a sliver of hope, like a beam of light of hope has cracked through the shadows of despair.
It's character building. My son, who's 12, has said that he should be supporting Manchester City, and I said I've no problem putting him out and making him homeless if he switches from West Ham. So I'm that dad. But it's character building. We all had to suffer. Everybody in this chat has had to suffer. Highs.
So look, now Paqueta's getting on the ball. We've got possession. Things are happening. Villa are crapping themselves. We're fighting for it. We're winning first and second ball. There we go. Penalty. And
corner to West Ham. Emerson shoots. Good save down at his near post from Martinez. But I mean, we could have been 3-0 down. Easily could have been 3-0 down. I don't know, and nobody could have complained. But it's 1-1, and we're on the attack. Got a corner.
Yeah, fair question. What have we done to trigger Alan Smith? That is a fair question. I wonder that about past footballers. Sometimes, do you think at Upton Park we were just cruel to certain footballers so they never forgive us?
There could be another shout for a penalty here. Handball. It's not. There's no VAR check yet because the ball hasn't gone out of play.
Ooh.
I'll keep you posted. The ball's still in play. Still with West Ham.
Yeah, confidence. Paqueta linking things through with his mate Emerson.
Oh, now Villa on the attack. Ollie Watkins. No support. Well defended, West Ham. But still not going to have to play.
We don't have our names up. We did at some point, but I think Gio mucked something up on the stream. So, and he doesn't really want us to get the spotlight, so he took it away.
It's all about Gio and Gonzo.
Yeah, I'm Nick. He's Northie. There we go. It's a bit of a Morecambe and Wise thing there, but
yeah, Nick and Northie. Yeah, ball's pumped forward here. The ball's still not going out of play from this earlier VAR decision. Did you see that?
They were still sitting very deep. No, I missed it. I was too busy looking at funny Alan Smith comments. I'm a bit behind you, so I'm just watching Soufal cover Watkins, which he did.
Yeah,
and
so
then and then Paqueta came all the way back to take possession from him.
Getting his steps in.
Neil says, love the commentary. I'm very happy about that. We need to be watching the same stream. I agree with you. It's the first competitive game. So, and where I am, I need to bring my TV in here, not watch it on Sky Go. So, watch out next week for that. Pete says, watching West Ham not good for your health. Very true. Health, hairline. See, there we go. Just once said Alan Smith put milk before the water for a cuppa.
Oh,
there's some other. I'm not. Tom says, don't know why you all dislike Soufal is the annoying one.
See, I'm not unhappy with Soufal. I think he's done very well for us.
Yeah, I mean, I wasn't one clamoring for Wan-Bissaka until it happened, and then obviously I'd seen Wan-Bissaka play a lot. Then I watch more of his clips and stuff like that, and he does have, if Soufal's a 6 in everything, Wan-Bissaka is like 7.5 and 8 in some things, like just the pace, the quickness he does things. Make sure you buy another TV. That's fair. I can decorate my house. His scowl, Gio's scowl must be so scowly at this point. I dread to think his facial expression. Johnny says impressive to match Villa for possession. Yeah, I mean, Villa still seem to be okay with, they seem to be going for like counter-attacking game or smash and grab or something, which obviously worked for them for the corner. But now it's 1-1. I mean, there's, they're kind of long balls. They're happy to sit back a bit, which, it's fair enough. Like for them, it's an away game. So,
I say Konza's done very well. And anything that's going in the middle there, Konza's just heading away. We're not getting anything in the air.
That was definitely a penalty. Yeah, I wasn't sure about the penalty. I thought we might have got a bit of luck, but fair's fair. Definite penalty. Nick says, we'll see if when Bissaka creates crosses or assists. Yeah. I mean, I think he'll definitely play. He's the manager's, new player.
I think it's quite telling when you go.
Came in. No, I was just going to trying to pick up this Antonio thing. Cross came in. He could have been a bit more aggressive.
I think it'll be off at half time. Antonio will be off. But I was saying about Wan-Bissaka, I think when you look at when he was joining West Ham, when he did join West Ham, and you look on the YouTube everywhere, Sky Sports, etc., I did see a lot of Manchester United fans quite unhappy about the sale. And I think that says a lot when fans don't want a player to go. So, yeah. So probably backs up what you were saying about him being a 7.5. I know he didn't play that regular, but he played quite regular, but he wasn't a regular. But definitely a good player and quite a bargain, I think.
Yeah. Well, have they put up the added time thing yet? Have you seen that?
Yeah. So we've got 3 minutes of added time. I am on 46 minutes. Villa have just lumped the ball into the box, headed away by Mavropanos. Villa have got it back though. Well, now we're coming out. Antonio. Oh, that's got to be a yellow card. No. Antonio plays it forward to Bowen. Useless ball. Yeah, played a terrible ball there. Got no chance of getting that. Although Bowen has chased it. Yeah, Villa have got it. Not the best ball from Antonio.
All right. Walk me through the last, because I'm behind you, I know that's disgusting, some that we don't have the same synchronized stream, but walk me through the last.
Yeah, 60, so it's West Ham in possession. Last 30 seconds. We're just playing it around now in the middle. We're good to get everybody's thoughts half time about the new players. So Rodriguez in the middle. How do you think he's done? Kilman as well. West Ham just put it into the box and Villa clear.
Oh dear, that ball by Antonio. I've just seen that. He did the first part well. He did the strong hold off and the touch, and he took it forward. That was great. And then just a terrible pass at the end of it for Bowen.
It's a tired pass. It looks like a tired, lazy pass. I can't see him being on. We've got to bring on 40.
Yep.
I'm going to put the subs up, actually. Let's put the subs up. So let us know who you think should come on, who should be swapped out, who should come on.
Yeah, Dave asked, are we pressing? Yeah, in the last 15 minutes, we've been a lot better. We did sit back. I mean, obviously after the goal you get more confidence, which is, it seems very plain and simple, but at the same time, you would think that the players don't need that. They could just get that anyway. But anyway, that's what it happened after we got the goal. Yeah, that's a fair comment. Hang on, I just oh, it's gone. Someone said that Souček got us the penalty.
Yeah, Souček.
Here we go. Penalty. Yeah, John says he wants the penalty. That is true. He was in the right place at the right time. The way he moved his body, I would say, was clever, but not. I wouldn't even say it was cynical. I wouldn't say he bought the penalty. He just knew that Cash was coming in on the side. So
that's half time.
Yeah. Obsidian says Rod has done well, so he's basically on his own. I mean, it's that is like you were saying, the Souček contradiction. That he did a moment, but then for the play for the rest of the game, he's not mobile enough to cover the spaces. This is not to do anything wise. Nick got a complete box of tea bags. Just welcome like your tea bagging thing. This is green tea because I'm being very healthy, because anyway, let's not go into that. Lincoln says Antonio's done as a starter. It's hard to disagree with that. I don't dislike Antonio. He does a lot of good things, but that 45 minutes, you can't really just forgive first 5 minutes of a game switching off. And then the other things he did some okay things, but you'd hope a new striker that we bought, you'd hope he does all of those things better.
Yeah, you think he'd be chomping at the bit. And I don't even think Antonio lasted 20 minutes. I don't think he was there for 20 minutes. I didn't see 20 minutes worth of action or running. So I don't think he's run himself into the ground. And I definitely can see that being a change. It's a change I'd like to see straight away.
Yeah, we have a lot of new people coming in at halftime. So let us know how your mood swang through that first half, because my mood is just swinging through this game from time to time. Napoleon says 3 changes. That's also the question. Put in the chat, what changes would you make? Because, we're only halfway through. It's 1-1 against a very good team. Do you just, 3 on 3 off? Is that a bit too much? He says Mavro's been our best player. He's had good moments. I'd say we did look rusty, like being deflated. Like you build yourself up and then you get deflated. The players would find it hard not to be a bit deflated, but we've been a lot better. I think we've grown into the game. Let's say that we've got better and better. Pete says start full crew. It's probably going to happen. He's a new player.
Who else would you swap out, Nick?
I mean, I don't know. At this point, I'd probably play it safe, just Fulkrug for Antonio. I don't see why Fulkrug wouldn't be fit. But then, yeah, like Paul says, Fulkrug, James Ward-Prowse, that would be fair. If Souček's going to have a moment and he's done his moment,
maybe there's a game plan here. Maybe he's keeping everything very central, which I said earlier, and then he brings on Wan-Bissaka and Fulkrug to really get some people bombing down the left and right, just to change things up.
Father Hammer agrees with you at that point. There's a master plan behind it. Alan Smith is now saying he's glad the ref decision was upheld so we can have confidence in the refs this season. That's Alan Smith to a T, really. There's no way, apparently, that contact to take one player down is a penalty. Souček worth his sort for triggering Alan Smith. Fair comment. Dick Turpin would just get the Wonder Boy from Brazil on.
It's going to be tough because he's not on the bench.
Yeah, he's not on the bench this game. Jordan says midfield looks a mess. Yeah, that is the Souček dilemma. It's like the Souček conundrum that we have to live with. He does things that get a goal, and then he just kind of ambles around. Antonio Souček come off. Because it is that midfield balance. It would be nice if we did have the last 10, 15 minutes, we did get better and better. For some reason, after we scored, Villa sat back and we got that confidence and balls were being played through, players were moving around. So that could continue. Walking about, is that Souček? Trudge says, work in progress, that's fair. Another one, your mate Mavro, looks good. I think Johnny's calling me up for drinking tea. I need all the help I can get. I played old man, 11-a-side vets football this morning, so my body is in a lot of pain. Paqueta deeper, Kudus in the middle. The Kudus thing, someone said earlier, he looks a bit lost on the left. It's just because I guess he's so natural in coming in from the right, but you can't take Bowen away from the right unless, you had Bowen centrally last season, which we're not going to have because Fulkrug's going to hopefully start there.
Would you swap Kudus and Paqueta around and put Kudus in the middle?
No, Paqueta's just, that's the funny thing. I think, if anything, Kudus just has to face it and learn to play on a different side of the football pitch, because in my opinion, Paqueta has to stay in the middle because everything he does that's brilliant, it happens there. I think there's too much work for him to do out there. Sean says, I don't know what that's referring to. Yeah, a lot of people think Mavro's doing well. He had a bit more drive and grit about him. Fair comment. This is also what we're saying, like, at least we're going to see what Lopetegui's going to do. Does he take this point to be like, okay, I've seen enough. I don't think either way is wrong. Even if he doesn't make any changes, everyone's probably going to go mental, and I'm going to be frustrated as that side. But there's still 45, plus injury time minutes to go. So it's fair enough if he just keeps it the same, and then at 55 minutes he makes the changes. Maybe that gives Fulkrug more, energy at the end of the game. I think either way, I don't really have a problem with it. Unless we lose, then I'll be extremely pissed off.
Actually, Nick, I've got a question for you and everybody listening in here. I think with defense and strikers pick themselves. We're not blessed with options there. But when I looked at this before the game, we've now got 9 midfielders according to the West Ham website. That doesn't include Bowen and Somerville, which I think they are midfielders. So that's 11 midfielders. What's our strongest midfield? What would you say are the 4 or 5 that you would pick?
Well, Alvarez, Rodriguez, Paqueta in the middle. It's as midfielders, and then you'd have 2 wingers. You can't, which obviously is Bowen and Kudus. Unless you're talking like Carabao Cup games, then you'd start Somerville. Love the possession stat. I miss what that was. Someone's got possession stat. Put it up. A bit of a cheeky one. We need a Soler type in the middle. Maybe we'll get one. Why is Kudus on the left, says Daniel. Well, you've got to have Bowen on the right, and unless you have Bowen as a striker, which, like we're saying, you've just got Fulkrug, so I don't think he's going to just revert to Bowen as a striker, even though, of course, we know he can play there. And yeah, Kudus he did a bit better. I think he rushed a few things.
I think he's been chasing lost balls though. So to be fair to him, he's not had anything really quality played into him. And I don't think Paqueta needs to pull the strings. He hasn't. I don't think Paqueta's had a particularly strong game.
Yeah, I think he's got better. It's just the thing with Kudus is that, he's like I said. I think when you get so comfortable, when you trust your left foot that much, it must give you such confidence when you are bowling up the right, and you basically know you've got like 2 great options to go past the fullback or just cut in and get shot away. But unless Bowen switches over to the left, Luke says it was a bit like Moyes. Well, it wasn't that bad. Ethan says, get Fulky, Hulky, whatever we're calling. A lot of people think it seems to be a consensus that Dinos has actually done a bit better. I think Hillman, he had less to do in the second part of the first half. Didn't cover himself with glory a couple of times. This is a good comment.
There's a comment here. Come.
Yeah, I'll do this one. Fox is screaming. A bit of a weird name. Doing okay against a decent Villa side. We do have to remember that this is a Champions League side. They might not be full of stars that we see on TV adverts and that Sky Sports go on about, but they're a very good team with a very good manager. So I guess we'll take 1-1. So what are you going to do?
Yeah, a draw at home to this lot would not be a bad result. But coming back to the midfielder, the question I had there, because this was kind of my thinking, as a way to get Kudus, Rodriguez. I had kind of Alvarez there, and Paqueta was Somerville on the left, because he did play left. I know it's a championship, and I know it's a step up, but he's class, and I would like to see Somerville come on. I think he could be the breakthrough prospect more than Guilherme. I think Somerville would settle and shine quicker.
What about Alvarez in that case?
No, as I'm saying, so Alvarez or Rodriguez. Alvarez is out, right? So I would have Alvarez. Yeah.
Interesting. I guess Kudus could do it. You'd have to be, trained on several things, because the really good things he does on the wing when the ball comes up to him and he's strong hold possession often turns. Obviously, it's a bit different, and it's about like the release.
Yeah. So for me, like today. So today is a day where if you think like you're not putting Somerville, like I prefer Bowen on the right. So I'd put Bowen on the right at all times. But if you're gonna play Antonio up top, I'd rather put Bowen up. So I would have put Bowen up to get Somerville on. So Somerville in, because I think Antonio's he's a spent force. He's done brilliant for us. So I don't want to slag him off. He's been great. Love watching him. Used to love his celebrations, but let's get some of this new blood on. Yeah,
there's a lot of people that agree with you. Stephen and Lizette says we'll make 2 changes. Fulkrug, I think we can kind of all agree that why not at this point when you 1-1 in Fulkrug's, if he's going to do what he's going to do, give him the time right now. Usual suspect, yeah, agrees with you. Antonio passed it again. Dinos getting a lot of love today. Arnick says, let's not throw this now on a draw. I think he says we usually fold when Antonio sub. I think if we sub for Fulkrug, then we'd all feel better. I don't know actually what's going to happen to it, but you've got another midfield. What did it work when he pushed Paqueta back and Souček further up? But yeah, Souček, Guido next Souček, who is he supposed to pass to? Fair comment. We've got to be harsh but fair. Antonio needs to come off. The conundrum, one comment after another. He is our attacking threat. He did some work. Summerville, that would be that would be adventurous.
I think that's interesting. Look, Kudos in the middle is not a bad shout. Kudos can.
He's got the energy, right? He's got the energy. He's got the pace. He's got the strength. He can finish. There must be some reason why that hasn't happened. I mean, he said in interviews before the season he likes playing on the wing. I don't know whether he's just said I can't do that. Like he says, Antonio for Fulkrug, Summerville on for Souček. That would be brave in the extreme. Don't think he'll do it, but could do. Martin says not great, no worse than worse. We will get better. Let's hope so. And then, you said, I've said, a lot of people have said a draw is a good result. We all want to win. I take a draw for basically every West Ham game because I've been deeply psychologically hurt in the past by this football club. And the point, at least you don't lose. If you lose, then I'm in a bad mood for the whole week. So a draw. I take Antonio's making Emil Heskey look world class. Emil Heskey always used to love to win a throw-in. That's what I remember about him. He used to really be happy about that. Very poor before we got the Pence's draw. We have improved. Let's just imagine that we're going to do really well any minute now. And then, like Ordals Johnny says, we don't know where players are with fitness. It's easy enough to just think, chuck them on. But you haven't played with, any of these players before. Yes, you're still going to do those things as a right back, but I don't think Souček's been that bad. He's had a couple of moments, but he's also had a couple of positive moments.
I got this monkey. God, let me put a comment up after. Made me laugh.
Yeah, oh yeah. No, Carlos Vasconcelos says we actually play quite well, but we did. Like there were moments again. Once you get that goal, you get that confidence. Once Paqueta feels like he's got that license and space. What's yours?
Monkey Harris here has said, I bet you two could opt for sushi opposed to eels. Green tea, elite firm.
That's fantastic. I don't know what it's elite firm. I mean, I'm drinking green tea, so that's...
Yeah, basically, we should have a plated pie and mash and some jelly. I had some jellied eels. I had jellied eels for a while, but I did have some this week, actually. To be fair, just to touch on that as well, pie and mash is my absolute favourite food. I live in Colchester. They don't have it in Colchester. I moved from Romford a couple of years ago. Some brilliant pie mash-ups in Romford. But yeah, please, if anybody's watching and wants to open a restaurant, open a pie and mash shop in Colchester, please. There's so many West Ham fans there. You'll kill it.
Just get the pastry lessons in. Bit of learning for this week. Bit of culinary upskilling. Played with 9 players. Antonio so forth. Yeah, Antonio. He was all right, but take away the goal. This is an interesting comment by Wes. Not blown away if there's more. Is it feel like it would be 3-0? Yeah, I mean we rode our luck certainly. At least I wouldn't say we quite turned things around, but went in the right direction.
The players are coming out now.
3 changes. Fair enough.
The players are coming out.
I don't know what this has to do anything. Ryan asked where you can buy some good ham. That's yeah. I mean, it's dinner time, so I guess people are getting hungry. Wilson said as bad as I thought it would be. Wow.
Yeah, there's no subs.
Yeah, it's that's fair enough. Kevin says Souček will work out. Consider AWB subs soon. I think we'd all be happy with that. And then Chris, bit of a captain obvious there. Wasn't a great first half. Wasn't great, wasn't too bad. Weak goal. 2, I think they had at least 2 half decent opportunities, which they could have got their second from, but they didn't. We haven't scored a goal from open play, so maybe that means, by the gods of football, that we've got it in us to actually score.
I actually love it when you play crap and you nick a win. I think you come away thinking, I'm not going to play crap. I don't want to say crap football because this isn't a crap game. It's actually quite an open game. It's not defensive. It's not loads of fouls. It's quite, there's a lot of passing going on. If we nick a win out of this, because as I say, they should have been 3-0 up, I'll love it. I'll be buzzing.
Yeah, Hayden's basically being has got the dial on the bipolar fan meter right in the middle there. Very sane, common sense. Don't read too much into it. If we come out with a point, then at least that will be, experience, betting players in, so on and so on. Sam says, is this the infancy? He's actually fairly pleased with good signs to improve on. I think that's what we've got to just keep remembering, really. Very, very first game. And without those players starting that we know are going to start, we know you bought Todibo, you bought Fulkrug, you bought Wan-Bissaka. Of course they're going to start.
Fair play, GP. But you can't knock a bit of pie mash. Yeah, Colchester is up north. I had to move further out. So we're up on the rock that is Canvey Island, went to Southend, then to Romford, and then to Colchester. So basically done most of the major West Ham, Bolt Hole, Essex towns in my time.
All right, so you're probably still about 30 seconds. I'm watching Villa in possession. What are you saying?
Yeah, nothing there. There's a foul. Leon Bailey's down. He's just holding his ankle. He'll be okay. So Villa are going to have the ball. But
he's doing the rolling around in pain thing. How many seconds until he makes a miraculous recovery? And he's like, oh no, the thing I was literally in tears about 30 seconds ago is actually completely fine now.
Just a quick question for the chat as well. How's everybody getting on with match bingo? Is there anyone close? Anybody one away from getting some cash? I'm looking through my card. It's not looking promising for me. Hopefully you guys are doing better.
Yeah, Pete says can see a couple of red cards. Wouldn't be surprised. There's quite a lot of yellows, and it's first game of season, so a bit of clumsy. A lot of people do want those changes.
Should be a goal hit. Oh, kudos with a beautiful cross. Beautiful cross. Soucek to the shot was blocked, but great work by Kudos. Could have been 2-1 up there.
Johnny's talking about time for players to learn patterns of play. Fair enough.
Kudos has actually done a Rabona cross. He's showing off now, showboating. So look out for that one if you're a little bit behind. Keep your eyes on the screen. Beautiful cross as well.
You know what that means?
There.
He's just won Gonzo's shed. I think Gonzo will be distraught. He needs his shed. It's a strong source of warmth and solace in his life.
He loves his pinball machines, that's for sure.
Yeah, I mean that was a decent chance. So, I mean, I think it's going to be like this for we're in for. I'm just getting that lovely cross now. It's going to be, the most classic phrase in football: fine margins, because both teams are attacking. Aston Villa are quality. Our defence is still not very sure of itself. Soucek did get up for that shot, but then in the midfield,
could have laid it off to Bowen.
He's suspect. There's going to be more goals for both sides. It just depends who's up at 90th minute to be glaringly obvious.
Alex says, "Hope we get the full Krug, not the half Krug." Good one. We've had a lot of half strikers over our time, unfortunately.
Yeah, for instance, the difference between Kudus and Soucek. Again, it sounds like an obvious comment, but it's actually a fair comment. Yeah, not every player can identically be Kudus himself. However, the quality that we're going for, the quality of players that we're bringing in, that is the Soucek conundrum, and that he's so far off. And then again, not a single person said double pivot today. Gonzo hates double pivot. Gio likes double pivot. If you want to have them arguing like an old married couple. There are obviously several things you can bring up, proposed changes to the LBW rule, but one of them is double pivot. I don't like the phrase double pivot because it didn't exist in football, and you just have two midfielders, and people can't just pivot relentlessly on the pitch. It wouldn't make any sense. That means to like Payet. No, maybe. Pete says, "Yeah, we need Freddie Krug to scare the life out of their defenders." I think he would do. I think Antonio. Don't want to judge him by that thing I just saw there because he was ambling a bit, but he's got to save his energy. He's not just going to hair around.
Yogi Pete, pie mash, stewed eels, and liquor. Now I don't have, but Nick, what's your thoughts on pie mash, by the way?
What are my thoughts? Wow, this is questions that you're not prepared for. I'm okay with it. I'm not a big fan of mash, to be honest with you, because I don't like the texture of mash. I like food with texture. I love pies.
You're one of those weird people that don't like bananas, aren't you?
I eat bananas. I eat one banana every single day because of the potassium. Because the human body contains 120 grams of potassium. Potassium helps stuff go around your body. You need it. Eat bananas, people. It's important. The pie thing. I love pies. I do not eat pies. Again, because of the whole ridiculous health thing.
All right. Okay, so you failed. But basically, anyone who does like pie and mash and liquor, which is pucker, do you have eels with it? I don't have eels in mine.
Any favourite pies? Put them in the chat. If you've got a favourite pie, is it beef and ale? Is it something a bit esoteric like, chicken curry?
Nick, what are you doing? What are you doing? Yeah. A chicken curry pie and mash. You maybe go red. Nice.
It's lovely. Chicken curry makes anything better. We're still attacking. I mean, it is end-to-end stuff. Both teams. Now it's 1-1. Both teams believe they can win. It's a weird one. I think both teams believe they can win. Both teams would probably actually be okay with a draw. I think everything that Unai Emery came out saying, obviously he's like tempering expectations because he's saying, yeah, we're in Europe, so don't expect fourth in the league and to do really well in Europe. So I think if you're going, if you're dreaming of Champions League, and first away game of the season, you end up with a point. It's not going to be the end of the world. Was that Dinos again?
I just seen DC's comment. I can't put it up because of the language on it, but have a look at that one, Nick. It did make me giggle. What do you eat when you go to football? You got to have a pie.
It's not that rude. I mean, I won't read it because I don't really want to vocalize the words, but you're right. Yes, I don't disagree with you. I told you I have psychological issues. I would like to enjoy life more than I do, but West Ham have robbed me of the belief in the purity of happiness. I don't understand what happiness is when other people talk about it. I don't eat quinoa. That's just silly. Come on, I eat burgers. Burgers are my thing. A double bacon cheeseburger, I'll eat it because in my head it's different than pastry. So there we go. That's
like growing up when you used to go to Upton Park and join that long queue for the pie and mash, like me and my dad when I was little. That was just part of the experience. I think it just brings back good memories. I know we're talking about pie and mash a lot. But I don't have any.
Thanks for the contribution to the channel. The Oxlot Monkara says you're both doing your best. That is true. Gio says our best is drastically short of anything borderline acceptable, and he calls us late at night, 11:30 p.m., and he absolutely just lays into us for the quality of this live streaming. So to have that vote of confidence, even though we've now gone into pie chat. But yeah, where I'm in the game, I don't know. I mean, a lot of games are end-to-end. This is an end-to-end game.
Rodriguez just hit a volley, which I think has maybe cleared the stands. But it was a bit unorthodox.
Kudus has come alive this half. I think someone has told him the left is very similar to the right, and he's got that confidence. He's causing him all sorts of problems. Difficult to believe he's not going to, assist. Dream would be score at this point, but he's absolutely got Cash's number. Yes, Cash did get back and make the tackle at that point, but I think I don't think Ash will keep that up as well as Kudus does. And if he does, maybe last 10, 15, you bring Somerville on to absolutely punish what was called the Joey Essex lookalike.
I'm going to pop this up because Ryan, apologies. I don't know if you did put this up earlier, Nick. Apologies, I missed it. But Ryan, thanks for that. Anyway, anyone know where I get ham?
I didn't put up the contribution. He was asking about ham earlier. I don't know if the ham refers to our attempt at humour, or if it's a pie. Is there a ham pie like a pork and sage pie? You're the pie expert. I only sniff raw carrots.
Pork and pickle pie.
Yeah, no, I don't like pork. But a cooked pie, maybe on Christmas, maybe this Christmas, I'll treat myself to a massive beef, pie. There's something wrong with that. We don't want to go down the road of different metaphors here of me treating myself to pie.
It's not the same unless it's smothered in liquor, though. Villa got a corner here, which I don't like. Okay, very close again. Villa come close. They're beating us in the air at the back.
Yeah, Rodriguez was too far up on that. Ah, God. Oh, I mean, really. I know we kind of covered that counter-attack finally at the end, which I just got. But it wasn't pretty. Something. Obviously, we want Fulkrug to come on. Maybe Wan-Bissaka for Sufol, but something needs to change in the midfield. Yeah, it's an end-to-end game. I guess people like it to be entertaining. I don't want it to be entertaining because that makes me just suffer. But something has to change because they want to counter, and when they counter, all of our back four are just going back, like further and further and further back, which gives them more space. So I don't know what's going to change at this point. I'm not just going to make this like very clever tactical suggestion, but something's got to change because the counter for them is too easy. Yeah, away teams counterattacks are going to happen, but it's quite like in this whole game, how many have they had like that chance where they didn't score? Then they've had quite a lot this game.
I'm going to hold my hand up a little bit here and backtrack slightly because we're on 58 minutes just coming up, and Mavropanos has been really good. Actually, he has cleared a lot. Kilman, I haven't really seen much of him. He doesn't look any good in the air. I know it's very early. I don't want to like crap on him straight away. But Mavropanos, yeah, probably has been our best player so far. I'm not a fan. He
seems to be. It seems that he's been a bit more commanding. It's just these like small things that he's done that would make it interesting as well. If he's the better of the two, then Tadebo's fit.
Who's really disappointed you today? Because Bowen for me has not been on the ball at all. Has anyone else?
Yeah, I just think he's got a lot of work to do. Johnny makes a fair point. That's going to play on the counter against us. That does change things, I suppose. That's a good point. That means that we're actually pushing up. It's just the game's so open, just like there when we just had it in our half, and we've got 5 players of ours, 4 of theirs, right on one end, and then the rest of the play. Maybe they just kind of forgot how to play football and line themselves up. But it's so open.
Someone else has actually agreed with something I said earlier as well, just around putting Kudus in the middle. He does drive forward. He's not afraid to take players on. I think he's a little bit wasted. Kind of like putting Foden out on the wing for England. He just doesn't get enough of the ball. I think we could get Kudus on the ball more. He frightens players.
I mean, is that a Wan-Bissaka thing? If you put Wan-Bissaka out there, does that, does the way and the speed that he pushes up at, does that scare their left side and that gives Bowen a bit more freedom? Will that ball come through? Soufal is okay. He's not terrible, but he's not going to do those things.
Yeah, nothing's sticking up top, and that is a problem. We're just about to approach 60 minutes. Villa are bringing on 2 subs, but no sign of a West Ham sub. Nobody warming up that I can see.
That is a bit weird. So Souček, painful to watch. I think he's had his time. Olivia just shouts irons. That's fair enough. So come on, nuance. Monkey just shouts eels instead of irons. I wonder if you just got to London Stadium and shouted eels at the very top. Sorry, voice. Some subs would be nice just because it's an open game. I mean, if there's a neutral watching this game, not us, but just the game, they're probably enjoying it because it is end to end. It's open. It's getting a bit ridiculous, to be honest. There's basically no shape tactics from either team. It's just kind of relentless.
Kudus to pick the ball up there, just on the left, just drove in, went past two players. He's the only one that's really kind of driving. And what was interesting, Antonio was in front of him, just kind of. I don't think Antonio wants the ball. He looks like he doesn't really want the ball. He gets in. He's got to come off. Antonio's got to come off for me.
Yeah, I mean, maybe it's just a time thing. Maybe there's some kind of time and fitness thing where Lopetegui thinks there's like X number of minutes for Fulkrug to come on and be at his fittest or best or whatever. Hoping, because Antonio's not really. He's not really like showing. He's not coming back.
Do you know who's coming on now?
Our best mate. Who's he going off for?
No, Duran. Duran's on. This is where it gets painful if he scores. So you've been really waiting and they're going for it.
Move Piquet to the Suchek spot. I mean, there's something. I'm glad to see. I'm glad to see Watkins off, but then the Duran thing, dear God.
Kudus he's unbelievable. Strength and power.
Pete's puns. We haven't been really good today. It's true. Kudus is unbelievable. He is, and I do think there's going to be an upgrade. As much as we're 1-1 against a very good Champions League quality team. It's just it's not only about the position, is it? You put one player on who's better, and there's just so much more that gives you. So I think once we get Wan-Bissaka and Todibo on, Fulkrug on, and then someone in place of Souček, basically whoever that is at this point, it just gives makes everyone else better.
I wonder if JWP's got a knock or something, and that's not why he's playing, but I don't know. We're coming forward now. Emerson on the ball.
Vicario says we've overpaid for Kilman.
It was a lot of money.
We haven't.
Balls out wide, still foul.
A lot of people are saying Paqueta on the yellow thing. It's just he can still
Antonio heads over. Good cross from Soufal there. Antonio does get behind Matty Cash.
Scores 1-1. Scores 1-1, Simon. They scored first couple of minutes with a ridiculous corner that no one was marking, and Ariel didn't come out for some reason, and then it was a Paqueta penalty. Souček won the penalty, which was a penalty. Alan Smith couldn't believe that something happened to West Ham and went mental for it. John just says, bring Danny Ings on. Why not?
On a serious note, would you rather have Danny Ings
right now? Yeah, right now, I would rather have Danny Ings than Antonio if we didn't have any other option, and that was literally a choice that was on the table. I mean, it's usually when you say things about players, then you usually say, "Oh, he'll probably score now," but I'm not even in that. Antonio's just not doing it today. He does do it sometimes, but today he's just being like a token attacker.
He's
ambling around. Game slowed a bit. I think players are tired a bit. It was a bit hectic. It's still very, 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 very open.
But if they are tired, which they're going to be, first game of the season, that's what you got to suspend your 9 players for. We've got to refresh it. But Lopetegui's on the line, not talking, looking behind him at any subs, so no sign of anybody coming on.
Yeah, I mean that press was unlucky. Paqueta slightly fouled the opposition in what is given as a Premier League foul, but at least we're pressing. That's something. There's there's no way there isn't a goal for someone, just because we're pushing up so much, they're staying open. So, and I don't know it's going to be the cleanest goal in the world. It could be a deflection or.
Actually, this is a great comment here by Johnny, and I totally agree. You know, it would have sat back at home. And this is a bit of a gripe you have of paying all that money to go and watch football these days. You know, if you've got a team like David Moyes' team, and you're just watching the other team attack, that is just not what you want to go and pay and see. And just as I say that, Duran fires a shot. He threw on goal and just fired it wide. He was onside. Who was that playing him on? Emerson again. Emerson not watching the line. Should have been a goal. Should have been a goal.
Pete says he'd rather have Dowie than Antonio. Someone said I look like Dowie, but I don't think so. Dowie looks a bit like a Pablo Picasso painting.
Yeah, nobody wants to look like Dowie. Dowie doesn't want to look like Dowie.
Yeah, Dean says get Sushikov, bring Somerville, move Kudus into the middle. Yeah, the Somerville thing that looked offside anyway from Jen.
No, but Emerson was playing him on.
Or Andy Carroll. Let's play. Who would you rather have on than Michail Antonio at the moment, past or present? Apart from Fulkrug, because that's the obvious one. There are actually people already answering that. Modibo Maiga.
God, he's a legend.
I mean, is he? I haven't been paying attention. I can't see until the camera pans across. I don't even know who's warming up. I can't see if, and the camera hasn't showed if there are any West Ham players warming up.
No, I can't see his technical at the moment. He has turned round. Fulkrug is warming up. I think he's going to be coming on. He's just gone for a jog. Yeah, he's taken off his bib. Also Somerville. So Fulkrug and Somerville are coming on. So
well, that's good news. I needed that good news in my life. I was
losing the will.
Despair then.
It's Villa with the ball.
I don't know if that's true or not. GP is just winding me and everyone up. Moyes on TalkSport saying I told them they get what they wish for. I don't know if that's even true or not. It could be. I've dropped my gullible card, so I might just.
Yeah, don't believe that. Moyes wouldn't. I don't think he'd speak bad of West Ham.
Ian wants Savio. If you look at the Wikipedia page of Savio and Soreko, after he left us, in 2012, it said he got arrested in Thailand for faking his own hostage taking and then trying to get money, trying to get 25,000 euros from his own family in order to pay the ransom. I don't know if that's true, but it is on Savio's Wikipedia page. So if you've got nothing to do, look it up. I mean, Pete Stead's the obvious dick anyway. Yeah.
Antonio just lost the ball again, nearly caused another counter-attack.
Yeah, Gary Breen, Gary Williamson, all coming up. He's warm. I don't know what Tobbies are, but thanks.
Toby Jugs, come on.
Oh, all right. So it was the two B's that confused me there.
I got it. Yeah. Do you know, it's one of those things. I used to love that saying. He's such a Toby.
Because you're 30 seconds ahead of me. Let us know when the subs are actually.
Yeah, the ball hasn't gone out of play since.
The ball's still in play.
Yeah. So just kick out to get them off, please. So we're in our own half. Backs to goal.
David's excited. I'm excited. Somerville. I think Somerville's that kind of player that any game needs a player like that. Whatever's happening in the game, when you get someone who's going to come on and bring you that energy, that drive, tricks, just trying to get the cross in, trying to make something happen.
Hope he's not another Benny though. And I didn't dislike Benny. I wish Ben Rama was a much.
No, he's not going to be. He's not going to be. He can actually hit the target. Hugo
Porfirio.
Monkey Harris is going to lay down green tea. That's what I like. If I can convert more people over to to the verdant bliss of a delicious green tea. Lee Chapman, Simone Giroud. Did he play for us ever? One game?
Yeah. He went on to do, I mean, he played for Italy quite a bit.
This is a fair comment. Less nonsense than us. It's a common sense comment. Areola has actually, Areola is so good that we just forget how good he is. So when he just does a lot of good saves and one-on-ones and he's in the right place at the right time. Yeah, the corner, I don't quite know what he was expecting to happen there, but
Villa on the attack. They just put a really good ball in. It was cut out well by Max Kilman, but it has gone behind. So it's now a Villa corner.
That's not what I wanted to hear.
Won't make a sub yet, I don't think.
DC says Fulkrug looks like a bloke that won a competition to play for West Ham. He does. He just looks nice. In his interview, Fulkrug is nice. Like there's no nuance to him. If you said like Fulkrug, would you like to enjoy this delicious beef and ale pie? He would say yes, thank you. Just no messing around. He's a very simple individual.
The corner came in, and Antonio is marking Onana again, and Onana just went round him, and then someone pulled Antonio.
If they actually made the bloody subs yet at this point?
No, because although the ball went out of play, it's a corner, so they won't make it a corner.
Lol's Cookie says Jules screaming at Antonio. Did anyone else catch that? That would have been interesting. Oh, Dean Ashton, what a player.
What a player, yeah. Good punch cleared by Areola. So that's out. West Ham can counter. Kudos is on the ball. Plays it forward. Unfortunately, played it to Antonio. Lost it. To be fair, it wasn't a great ball.
Where are the subs? Where are the substitutes?
Now here they come.
They being actually made?
Antonio off. I think Kudos is coming off. No, can't be. Yeah. Kudos off. That's some of it. And James Ward-Prowse is coming on as well. Going to make 3 subs.
Is it Souček off?
I will tell you that as soon as I know. So Antonio definitely off.
Bowen. Be nice to him.
But I don't quite understand it because quite a few people walk in towards the bench. Bowen, Paqueta. So maybe it's Bowen. I don't know. Now hold on one second. Nothing's coming up. There's no graphic on Sky Sports. Sort it out, boys. So Bowen off and Paqueta off.
Yeah. Like people said.
Bowen's had a quiet game. He hasn't been his best, and Paqueta the same. So I think that's actually, he's taken those subs, those people off that have not been playing well, rather than it being their favourites. So that's a good sign for me. Kudos isn't off. I know it looked like he was going off.
I mean, this was a bit of a switch back for Bowen. I mean, obviously he would have trained on that side with England, but obviously last season he was in a different position. And I just think it's been so end to end. And if Wan-Bissaka is going to be that much better than Soufal, then that's going to help Bowen a lot.
Yeah, quite a few people saying why take Kudos off, but it hasn't been off. So maybe a bit behind.
So is Somerville gone out to so Somerville's on the right or left?
Well, not sure yet because Villa are making their subs, so can't really quite work out. So they've taken off Digne, swapped him for Maatsen, who was their expensive left back from Chelsea. They made another sub. I didn't see who it was. So let me have a look at the lineup. Somerville. Yeah, Somerville was out on the left.
So it makes sense. So Kudus has gone out to the right.
Yeah.
Okay.
But Souček's still on. Fulkrug on the ball.
What's Ward-Prowse doing then? Oh yeah, he would be then Paqueta, but he's probably going to be deeper than Paqueta, maybe.
Oh, Emerson's going to shoot. No. Somerville on the ball. Somerville's got a chance to shine here. I don't know why, but Emerson stood behind him. Somerville being direct, going into the box. Just come back.
Yeah, the subs. I was a bit confused. So Antonio went off. Fulkrug came on. Bowen went off. Somerville came on, and then Somerville is on the left, Kudus is on the right. Paqueta went off, and then Ward-Prowse came on. So Ward-Prowse is now in the middle. However, Kudus is also, he's basically on the right, but he's also drifting in a bit.
Yeah, I'm going to...
But yeah, when some of it's again, it's just when a player like Somerville comes on, and now the idea of Somerville on the left, Kudus is on the right, is, you know, that's going to push them back a lot. He says, just dreamily. A 40-yard shot, really. So what are you seeing in yours? Because you're still ahead of me.
Yeah, nothing happening at the moment. I'm just updating the starting lineup just to clear up any confusion.
Fair enough. Yeah, I mean, it's been mainly us in the last 5 minutes. It's still an attacking game, just because of the quality Villa have. Whenever they've got the ball, they've got very decent players that can counter. I guess the good thing is now we've got Ward-Prowse on the pitch. We've got his corners.
Yeah,
that wasn't a bad one. Just didn't quite work.
No, Villa were attacking them, but Mavropanos actually used a bit of pace to get back there. Pace I didn't know he had. So yeah, like 76.5 minutes gone. It's anyone's game. This one, it could go either way. Still,
it really is, because they're just going to counter, and they're good at it. So we're just going to need to be really sharp when that happens. I mean, what I just saw then is that we actually did well for the counter. That Villa countered after we had a corner, but we didn't just run further and further and further back towards our own goal. We actually came up to them and stopped it. But when they've got the ball, they just know what they're doing, Villa. They can just, get it to the right players that they know are there, and then one touch and it's away, and they've got quick players. But then when we've got the ball, we play it along our back line around our 18-yard box, and it's so open. They have some players kind of pressing us, and they have the rest of their players like really far back. So it's just players spread pretty much the length of the pitch at some point, which is a bit weird. That's what's happening.
Definitely not more width now, though. And we had a chat about this kind of off air before. Oh, Villa attack. Oh, Villa score 2-1.
Great.
And it's Duran. Forces Duran.
He was open. He wasn't closed down.
We knew. I called this before the game. Called it. Said he'll come on and he'll score. Had to. You have to do that to win over the Villa fans. Win the Villa fans back.
Yeah. I mean, I'm still watching it on the one hasn't gone in, but it doesn't look. It's just funny watching this. It doesn't look like his goal is coming. They just started passing it round the halfway line.
Yeah, split the
defense. They slowly moved forward with it. It got out to their left winger. Sufar didn't get there in time. Mavropanos didn't get to his player in time.
No one.
And then they just passed it toward the penalty spot to where Duran was, and he just slotted it home. So if anyone wants to look better, I mean, Villa players obviously all around Duran, giving him hugs and all this stuff. Villa fans
in the replay, watch Kilman. Just watch Kilman in the replay.
Yeah, I don't know what Sufar was thinking. I don't know why he just thought he could get out. And then I want to see the player that gave it to Duran. Where did he come from? Why wasn't he tracked? It's just painful and annoying, really fucking annoying. Johnny says harsh at the best side. That's the thing. We haven't actually been bad, but it's just that moment of sleepiness. Sufar was kind of on a player. To be fair to him, Sufar was kind of marking someone. Souček and Ward-Prowse were just too far ahead of the ball, and that player, because Sufar had to leave that player that gave. I couldn't see who it was that made the assist. Was it Leon Bailey or someone? He couldn't get him because he was marking him. He was marking him. Then the ball went out, and I think Sufar was pointing, saying, "I've got two." ahead of that player who made the assist, Souček and James Ward-Prowse were just like 5-10 yards ahead of him, staring at the player in possession, not looking behind them to see what's going on. So that meant that they played it out. Soufal had to try and get it out. It wasn't actually his fault. It looks like it was, because he just looks like he didn't get there in time, but he was already marking someone, saying, I've got two here. So just really like not a difficult goal to stop.
Yeah. Someone earlier that said there it's been harsh on us because we've been the better team, but I don't agree with that. And actually, I agree with Soham here. Truth be told, they have been the best team, and they've definitely had the better chances. I think we were lucky to be in it with a draw, but with a bit of luck, we could have nicked it. But yeah, it's goals conceded as we knew they would be.
I mean, yeah. I was focusing on who made the assist because that put in the goal. I didn't see the other annoying thing is that Duran kind of came from deep. So I don't know why either of the two central defenders, I didn't see who could have picked him up. But I don't know why. It's just like it gets so basic when, basic job as a central defender is, hang on, there's this dude on the pitch and his name is Duran and he's a striker for the opposition. Why don't I just keep an eye on where he's coming in? There's the injury now, so they might replay the goal again. Yeah, here we go. So pass came in. Oh, yeah. Kilman's how far away?
Yeah.
I mean, Mavropanos was the defender that side, so Kilman had to come across. So again, it could be either of them that just forgot that they were in a game of football and that the other team would actually have a striker running through to take a pass. So, but then that was one thing, because that was already happening at pace. They didn't do that well, but it just started before that when Souček and Ward-Prowse were just in a line too high up. There was a player behind them. It's just annoying. And I was wondering why Ward-Prowse hadn't started this game, but I think he's just basically showed it there, which you could say isn't his fault if he doesn't.
Villa for again.
Oh,
wow. What is Ariola doing? A great Villa should have scored there. Villa, they had good early chances. They should have just scored again. Max Kilman, to be fair, 1v3, and somehow he put a block in. No, he's onside, I think. But that's some great defensive work. And Ariola, for me, he's looked really. He hasn't looked assured. Two more subs. Danny Ings is coming on. Danny Ings.
Daniel's trying to keep us sane. Lots of growing left. Give him time. It's very, very true. I'm not going to melt down after being 2-1 to Villa. That's also very true.
Well. I think Tadibo is coming on as well.
Not meltdown, but it's just basics. That's what annoys me. It's not, when the goal goes in, you think how easy was that to stop? And
they're all over us. We need these changes. I don't know who's going to take off though to put Danny Ings on. Can anything Kudus?
Soufal is on the pitch. I just think at this point, Wan-Bissaka's obviously not going to come on. He's just not up to speed in what he needs to be. Dean says he's off to bed. Fair enough, but check the score. Anything can happen. Chris, we don't have midfield. I just think it's these players. Alvarez is injured.
Soufal going off, and Rodriguez are off.
And then who's come on?
Tadibo and Danny Ings.
So Tadibo, is that back three then?
Yeah, or maybe playing him right. I don't know if he can play on the right. Yeah, maybe. Well, we haven't got Wan-Bissaka. Who did they put on him? Wan-Bissaka. Well, they're not putting Ings right back. Who are they going to drop into that right place? Kudos, maybe? Let me have a look. I'll have a lineup.
Can we steal one? Can Danny Ings earn his salary? Please. That would be nice.
Kudos just surrounded. It's a really good trickery there, but it's just surrounded by 3 players. So if anyone's going to make anything happen, it's Kudos today. But he's just getting outnumbered. They're doing a really good job, Villa, to be fair. So tactically, they're on him. They know he's the danger man. He's tricky, and we can't seem to get anything going up top.
So have you seen as Mavro moved over now? Tadebo's on.
Yeah, it's Tadebo's the main centre back. He's in the middle of the 3 centre backs. Somerville on the ball now as West Ham attack. Puts a cross in. Oh, Danny Ings nearly scored. No, Fulcro nearly scored. It's a header. Martinez catches it mid-air. But great cross from Somerville.
Again, trying to be the voice of reason. Season won't be determined how to play against top 4 or 5 teams. Yeah, maybe. I mean, there's a lot of new players. We all knew, like, we all wanted to win, but we also knew that, like, new players to come in, Wan-Bissaka can't just turn up and be like, yeah, no, I'll do 90 minutes with a new team. If anything, it shows him what's missing.
I wouldn't say different managers, same crap. I think we've been in the game. I think there's a lot of times under previous manager we've not even been in the game, or we've not even looked like being anywhere near the game. Villa have been very good and could have taken more chances, but one goal, late goal. It had to be.
Shamrock says why take Paqueta and Bowen off? I mean, Paqueta was on a yellow card. Bowen, I don't know. It could be a fitness thing. I mean, the changes aren't the problem. It's just saying that Ward-Prowse was one of them.
Bowen didn't have a good game. He's not one of it. I love Bowen. He's my favourite West Ham player, but he's not up to his usual standards. So I can see why he come off today.
Yeah, I mean, obviously, people you got to compare past and present and this kind of thing.
Yeah, agree with that.
One behind. We've gone 2 up front. Moyes never did that. That's true. I mean, yeah. If I'm watching it at this point, the game's probably about 88 minutes.
Yeah, 87:45.
So we've got 6 or 7 minutes to save our season.
I'm going to let you know the injury time. 88 minutes now, so I'll let you know the injury time once that comes up. Who we got next?
Palace.
Brentford?
Away, I think.
Palace. Yeah, Palace.
Yeah, last few minutes. Tell me what's happening, the way you're seeing it.
Yeah, West Ham on attack. Kudus got the ball down the wing. Played it to Ings. Puts in a cross. Oh, defender's missed it. Defender completely miskicked that. Somerville wasn't quite alert. But yeah, an absolute air kick from Villa's defender, Jaden. But Martinez was out well, smothered the ball. So it's 88.5 minutes. They're going to take their time, obviously. Martinez is in no rush. Yeah,
Alex says a lot of fans set unreal expectations. Well, maybe. That's the way it goes. But yeah, there are still some positives somehow to take.
Definitely, it's minutes on the pitch. You've got to take it. It's a couple of things that people said there. We put 2 up top, never would have happened. We've actually changed the formation. We've changed the players. So, I mean, how many times has Moyes made 5 changes in a half? I can't remember. So, look, I think we're going to see changes. He's still adapting to his team. I'm disappointed. It's a tough game to start with. Villa are a good team. They're not going to be down there. They're going to be chasing Champions League. It's just disappointing. But you've got to stay positive.
Yes, thank you, Charlie. It is disappointing. Where is Charlie? He just commented. You'll have to ask him. He's unavailable going forwards. So you've got
split that quid each.
Yeah. It is one game. I mean, it hurts. It's annoying. It is just those 2 things. It is painful and annoying. There's no Gary says he's not disappointed at all. That would be nice. And
Gary's a Villa fan, though.
Yeah. Dan says perspective. It is all very true. I think Lopetegui will look at this and things should be quite clear for him. He's made the changes. He can see what happens firsthand for himself when you set up at home, when you start.
You see that? What's the best way? I'm trying to say 7 minutes, but yeah, it's too close to the camera. 7 minutes of injury time. I'm not waving at anybody.
Yeah. So, I mean, it was just a funny situation because we had such a good transfer window, but what that means is game one, it has to come at some point, and it's always going to be too soon. And it happens against a Champions League team. Then if you win 2-1, the annoying part was that both of their goals were just so stoppable. A corner that he heads in from 3 yards that he was untracked. I mean, why is that going in? And then the second goal was just weird. Like it was usually you'd say they fell asleep, but it wasn't really that. It's just both Ward-Prowse and Souček just got in the weird position on the pitch, just forgetting what was around them. So then Souček had to cover 2, and that just opened the whole thing up. So the frustrating part is just why they had to do that. Why they just had to forget that there were other players on the pitch.
Yeah. And obviously, it's our first show, which we are now at 92 minutes. There's 5 minutes left. So while we've got 5 minutes to go, just want to throw up this comment here. Charlie used to chat with us about food and wrestling. Do you watch any wrestling or like chicken tikka masala? 2 things with that. For me, no, I don't watch wrestling. I've grown up. And the chicken tikka masala is not a curry. So if anybody's talking to you about curry and chicken tikka masala, not the same thing. Okay, unless you're a vindaloo, Madras is the absolute minimum, but only vindaloos for me. Anything less is.
I didn't expect such. I didn't expect such extremism in the curry steaks. To be honest, I didn't expect to learn today.
Or naga, get a naga curry. That's always good.
Where is Coleman today? He is on the pitch. He hasn't been great. He hasn't been that bad. It's just the whole price tag thing. Someone calls out Mavro man of the match.
Don't think anyone deserves it, but probably if anyone does, that's fine.
Oh, sorry, came across you there. Better than we watched last season. I mean, we're losing, but at least I would say it looks like we've tried things with a lot of new players. Somerville's going to be class.
He's been direct.
They could do, but then I know they had their shots, but the thing is they didn't score them. So things could have gone a bit differently for us here and there. Oh God, sorry, I keep doing it. And you need to tell me. You need to tell me comments coming in before clicking. Yeah. I mean, first game season, top 4 side. We lose 2-1.
Yeah, I just didn't want to. I just want to put this out. I didn't want to insult Gary. I know you're not a Villa fan. Just a joke, mate. So, sorry about that. Okay, there is 3 minutes to go. We are on the ball.
All right, just take us through these last 3 minutes. Tell me what's happening, so I don't have to.
So Ariola just hoofed it up to Kudos. Kudos, unfortunately, couldn't make it stick. It's back with Villa. Villa are now playing around the back. I suspect they're just going to get as much time as they possibly can. Martinez hoofs it down. It's with Somerville now. Tries a back heel. Unlucky. Doesn't quite come off. He's got it back. He's fouled, is he? Ref says no. And then West Ham foul. No, they don't. They play the advantage. Villa on the ball. Going down the wing. Okay, they've got an attack on here. If you can find the number 19, which you can. Oh, shot would have. Villa took a shot there. It was going well wide. It was well defended, but no danger of that going in anyway. But it is Villa, and we have 2 minutes to go. Villa coming forward. Play it down the wing again. They're playing so many of these balls that's just over our defence, cutting it out. But Mavros Mavropanos does clean up again. Nick, would he be your man of the match?
I mean, none of our players would really be man of the match. Like,
Best of a bad
moments. I mean, Kudus really. Everything Kudus did was good, but you know, he had a lot to do himself.
Yeah. I agree with that. He has tried. He has tried. I think he's been fired a lot of average balls just to try to do something with him. But you can't just rely on one player. So it's not been a good team performance. Kilman there sweeps up. Duran sniffing around. We're into the final minute. Oh, we are in 3 seconds. James Ward-Prowse on the ball, driving forward. Plays out Somerville. He's got a bit of time to get a cross in. Does. Not the best cross. It's Kudus. Kudus finds it back across again. Souček. Oh, handball. Oh, that could be handball. It's goal kick. I thought there's 96 minutes and Souček fires over from the 6-yard box. Although he was going backwards. So it wasn't an easy shot to control. But was this handball? No, hit him on the shoulder. But he should have scored. Souček should have scored then. Just showing a replay. No. Hit the Villa player there. Definitely not a handball. And they've just killed time now. So I think that will probably be it.
Is it full-time whistle yet?
No. Just over. So we're not quite there yet.
Yeah, I mean, Jeff says we'll look different when Alvarez returns. Yeah, it is very true. They did counter a bit at will. David says midfield is the problem, not defenders. Danny says Tadino looks fast. And then Dick Turpin says we're all thinking the Durang winner. What else was going to happen at this point?
Nothing. It has just blown. That is full time. So unfortunately, that is
all right. Don't go anywhere. Gio's going to come back and just scowl in his scowlingest way. I don't know what he's going to think. Gio always surprises you. Maybe he'll be really upbeat even though he lost because he saw lots of things. So thank you to everyone that stayed with us. I'm going to go and try not to be in a bad mood for the next 6 or 7 days or however many it is. I think a lot of people are also feeling a bit... Gary says 2-1, I'm fine. Dean says all over, oh well. Johnny says unlucky. So I think that's a bit...
Nick, what we
all think, really.
You were downbeat before the game, but I don't think you expected much. Are you really disappointed? Was that kind of what you expected to happen?
I mean, well, yeah, the Duran goal, right? I mean, basically, yeah. Like he says, 5-point finish product. We were better. Some people said they preferred Charlie over us. That's fair enough. I'm not going to disagree with you, but we're what you've got. We'll do our best, and if you like it, that's your choice. Everyone coping, that was terrible.
We need snacks. That's why we need snacks.
Everyone hates Duran now, so that's fair enough. Have you got your end card ready, and you can click up the card, end it, and then everyone else stick around because Gio's going to come back.
Yeah, how did anybody get on Match Bingo as well? Was anybody close? Anyone won? Don't worry, we won't come around and rob you, but it'd be great to see if there's any winners here.
Yes, it says physical stuff. Of course, everyone loves Charlie. That's fair enough. We're not here to replace him. He's still in full existence. We're just here to do our best. Right, Northie, are you okay with this thingy? Click us out.
Yes.
Let's see if you click us out better than I did last time. And then
thanks everyone for watching. And
Gio's just about to come back.
Yeah, great stuff. Thanks everyone. We will see you soon.